WYBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, good morning. It is First News with Keeler in the morning on WYBX. Bill winding down his vacation. He's back on Tuesday.
And then you'll be rid of me.
Yes, and then I'll be rid of you until next time. Although I usually when Bill's away, I'll mix in a few different hosts. But of course, he was a couple weeks ago. I feel like a couple weeks ago he was gone for a couple of weeks, so we had several people in, and I just was like,
you ran out of people to ask.
No, well, no, I did. I don't want to say I ran out of people to ask. I just it was like because I usually offer people the opportunity to book guests, and it's kind of it was shorter notice. I guess I kind of forgot he was going away the last week of summer, and it was just.
Well, you can always count on me. You can always count on me.
Yes, thank you. That sounds good. We actually have a guest in studio. We rarely have a guest at 6 a.m. in studio, but he's on his way to work this morning, so he cut out a few minutes for us. It's Rich Lang, and he's from Utica. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going today?
Good to see you.
So, Rich,
thanks for having me.
Here on YouTube. So he is. Our YouTube feed is up this morning. MMA fighter. He's been training for a while. How long have you been doing this?
Right now, I've been training for 6 years.
Wow. So you have a big fight coming up in 2 weeks. It's actually being held in New York. It's at a casino in Schenectady.
Yeah, it's at Riverside Casino in Schenectady, fighting for Cage Wars.
Nice.
And like most people around here who dabble in MMA, it's Duff who's training you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm over at Mohawk Valley with Duff Holmes, and there's a big, solid crew over there.
Yeah.
Big, solid crew. We got Al, my head coach, Ben, Kyle Keeler. They're all past Cage Wars champions, and we've got a lot of good talent over there, a lot of great talent.
That's awesome.
I've noticed that, too. It's very familial in the sense that everybody that trains at a gym, even though it's a sport where you literally fight, there is almost a brotherhood and a very familiar type sport, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what got you into the fight game?
I've always been very interested in the martial arts aspect, and it's just something that I've been wanting to get into, and decided to pull the trigger, and I loved it.
Yeah. How have you done so far? What's your record? Where have you fought?
Right now, I'm 1-0. I fought at Victory Cage Fighting, and that was really good. That was a good promotion, and just looking to keep going forward and just keep riding it.
Your pro record is 1-0. Have you done other fights, or you just been training all along?
My amateur record right now is 1-0.
Oh, your amateur record.
Yes,
I apologize.
yes.
Sorry.
And right now, we're looking just keep training, keep fighting, and take as many fights as I can right now.
Yeah, so I guess it would be nice to bring a crew of people, in addition to those that you train with, out to Schenectady on fight night, right? You want a nice presence there.
Yeah, I have
Absolutely.
the local support, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
I had a big supporting fan club. All my friends and family came to Victory, and we blew that place right up.
That's
place was
awesome.
loud.
So talk about when you hear people say, "Oh my gosh, MMA is so dangerous. I can't believe people do it. It's so inhumane." I mean, what do you say to those people who just don't understand the sport?
Who says that?
There's a lot. Yeah, who says that? The same people who say we shouldn't play football anymore.
yeah,
It definitely can get a little crazy at times, but it's like anything that you.
It's a passion for you.
Yeah, it's a
right?
passion for me. I love
Yeah.
it. Yes, I can get hurt, but it is what it is. It comes along with it.
I mean, the MMA has evolved quite a bit from when it debuted, like in the 90s, when it was essentially it was like a no rules outlaw kind of a sport. I remember it would be like on pay-per-view. I forget what they used to call those fights. But so obviously there's a lot of rules involved. The referee's in the ring to protect both fighters. You get a lot of quick stoppages now to avoid that, concussions and things like that.
Absolutely.
But so how often do you train, and is there a specialty? MMA, there's so many different, what's the word I want to use, disciplines involved in there. Do you have a specialty?
Right now, I'm more of like a freestyle fighter. I'm pretty solid everywhere around, and I'm training 5 days a week right now.
Is that twice a day, once a day?
Once a day, once at the gym, and once at training.
Nice.
So I'm getting my time in. I am loving it, and definitely eventually I'm going to pursue a pro career and just keep going.
Yeah, what are the steps that are involved in that? So you have to have a certain amount of fight cards as an amateur, and then you'll move up, or how does that work?
I've seen guys go pro right off the gate.
Really?
Yeah, but it would be nice to get a couple amateur fights in just to get your feet wet
Well, obviously, because then you
feeling.
can't do those fights, right? You wouldn't be able to do those fights anymore if you decided to go pro. You'd have to be at pro events. So you're kind of
Absolutely.
getting your feet wet in the amateur stage before you move up.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Yeah.
That's cool. How many guys over there are amateur fighters, are on fight cards that you train with over at Mohawk Valley MMA?
We got at least 7, 8 guys over there.
Oh, really?
On the Amies, and we got 2 pros right now. Well, 3 pros right now, excuse me.
No kidding.
We've got a lot of talent over there. A lot of talent.
Yeah.
We've got some young prospects coming up. Alex Williams, Kenny Carrera. Kenny's 18. Alex is 17. We've got a buddy of mine, Santino. He's 16. We've got a lot of good talent.
Yeah.
I got Kenny and Ant. We're actually sharing a card in Cage Wars on the 15th of September, and we're gonna go out there. We're gonna rock the show.
That's awesome.
That's
It's
awesome.
just, I think it's good to have kids that young. You know, I say that 16, 17. That's kid. You know, that's still a kid, but they have that passion.
Yeah.
And it's good they're doing that. you
Well,
know?
and then it becomes like second nature. You know,
Yeah.
you don't even have to think about it. You just react to situations, and
yeah.
so. How long did you fight? How long did you train before your first fight? It was obviously several years, right?
Actually, I just had my first fight last May. I wanted to be really, really solid all around the board before I step out there.
Yeah.
Just so I have no excuses, and I'm not worried about anybody doing anything to me right now, at all. I'm just gonna
That's
get
good.
a couple amateur fights in, and then I'm gonna pursue the pro career and just get it going.
There you go.
So, did you always intend to be on fight cards and maybe go pro, or did you get into MMA as just, I need to discipline myself more, or I'm trying to get in better shape? Or was it always the intent that you wanted to be, fighting in front of audiences?
Oh, it was both. I've always wanted to take the pro career. I've always grew up watching John Jones and Anderson Silva, and I've loved it. And I always felt like I can do that. I know I can do that.
Yeah.
I know if I tried hard enough, I can get there.
Yeah.
When I first started training, I was 235 pounds. And I'm fighting at 155 pounds.
Oh my God!
Wow,
that
that's
is
an 80-pound
nuts.
difference.
In 6 years, you said, right? Wow, that's very impressive.
MMA changed my life completely. It humbles me. It gives me something to look forward to in life.
Well,
And
that's
I
the
really love
idea
it.
of martial arts too. Is in its founding and its origins is more of a discipline thing for personal growth as opposed to just fighting or self defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. Eventually, I would hope that my children would like it and I could teach them how to, defend themselves one day, or even just pick up a craft.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love it. I wish I love it. I wish I would have started before 6 years ago.
How old are you
honestly.
now?
I'm 33.
33. All right. So give us the rundown again. It's happening September 15th. He's on his way to work this morning, so I don't want to chew up
Yeah,
too
we don't
much of
wanna
his
keep-
time.
yeah, seriously.
But tell everybody where they can come watch you fight.
You can come watch me fight at Riverside Casino on September 15th at Cage Wars, fighting for Cage Wars. And if you can't make it, you can actually stream the fight live on CageWars.com.
All right, Rich Lang from Utica. He's 1-0 so far with his amateur record. Hopes to go pro soon, and he's fighting 2 weeks from tonight, actually. Good luck, man. We'd love to follow up with you after the fight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
An early start. It's good to have guests
I
in
know,
studio.
right?
at-
And he's
at
more awake than we
6:15.
are.
Yeah.
That's what training MMA will do.
It is 6:30. We'll talk with Willie Waffle coming up in about 15 minutes. We'll get a preview of the weekend box office, and we have a busy show coming up this morning. It is First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
The Wynn Hospital. Unwavering commitment and compassion. State-of-the-art technology and techniques. Advanced expertise and innovation. Consistent safety and quality. And it all will be exactly where you need it, because this fall, the brand new state-of-the-art Wynn Hospital will open in downtown Utica. Soon, you will be able to experience local care on a whole new level. The Wynn Hospital. World-class care is right around the corner. Learn more at mvhealthsystem.org. This is for you. At MVHS, our team members fell in love with care long ago. Their lives were changed, and their world has been expanding ever since. In respect, compassion, knowledge, and ability. And it's only just begun. Because fueling the future of care starts here at the Wynn Hospital. The Wynn Hospital, opening in October 2023. Learn more at mvhealthsystem.org. This is for you.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss, even when you monitor your credit. If your identity is stolen, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Hey, Jen. OMG, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker for us. For a long time, we had decent business coming in from word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of new folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that for my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you'd think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses like yours.
Okay, then what?
If you see that there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
There's only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free.
Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
A Rottweiler named Whiskey with hours to live brought back to full health. A terrier named Snoopy, paralyzed in all 4 legs, who ran and played again within months. These dogs are known as Marty's Miracles. Dogs brought back to health by Dr. Marty Goldstein.
I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Called the Miracle Worker by Forbes magazine, he's now created a premium dog food for you called Nature's Blend. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life. For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get free premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
When we get together with others, we can do more. On September 20th, nonprofit organizations will come together to ask for your support through Mohawk Valley Gives, the community's 24-hour giving day. But don't wait. Give now or anytime this month. Either way, every dollar counts. And you'll show everybody that Mohawk Valley Gives, powered by the Community Foundation. MB Gives is proudly sponsored by Staffworks and M&T Bank and brought to you by Town Square Media.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Hi, this is Tom Cole from Gates Cole Insurance with exciting news. We're expanding with a couple of new offices in our area. One new location is Tall Pines Insurance in Boonville. They're another independent insurance agency that takes pride in making customers happy. That fits our culture at Gates Cole perfectly. Here's Greg Lee from the newest Gates Cole location, Tall Pines Insurance in Boonville.
The reason why I got into insurance was I wanted to allow my father the opportunity to retire and give back to my community. You know, we had the Boonville fire that wiped out a large area down here for us a few years ago, and so we showed up at the fire. You know, we were right there, ground zero, with our insureds, who made sure that they were taken care of quickly. You know, we were able to get people the money that they needed to cover their expenses from that loss.
For insurance for your home, auto, business, and just about everything else, trust your local independent insurance agency, Gates Cole Insurance, proudly representing Finger Lakes Fire and Casualty Company of Trumansburg, New York.
In Sarah's Flooring Outlet is the area's leading flooring store for Pergo Extreme, and Sarah's is the area's leading flooring store for anything flooring. Hardwoods, tile, carpeting, They have you covered with the largest inventory. You're going to get the best selection, the best price. And on Pergo Extreme by Mohawk, it's a guarantee. They have the 60-mile radius deal. And that is, it's a guarantee where you get the best price on Pergo Extreme anywhere within a 60-mile radius of the store. Pergo Extreme from Inceras offers deeper visuals, a better protection, and a deeper warranty. It's worry-free for life, 100% dent-proof, waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof. Only at Inceras. We had hardwood floors put in by a craftsman from Inceras Flooring Outlet. They're beautiful. And the service was top-notch. If you're looking for flooring, why would you go anywhere else? You would go to the place where they have the largest inventory in all of Central New York. It's Inceras Flooring Outlet. And you can get 6 months interest-free financing right now in Inceras Flooring Outlet, Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, and always online at IncerasFlooringOutlet.com.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, it's a Friday morning heading into a holiday weekend. Jeff Manaski and Andrew Derminio. I just want to say thanks. I appreciate you willing to sit in here for 3 days this week.
Yeah, I haven't seen this hour of the day in a year and a half now, so it's it's kind of a nice experience here.
Davey's laughing at you.
So you say it's a holiday weekend, and it truly is, obviously, because people have work off, and you go, and like I said, my girlfriend and I are going with another couple up north to have a nice experience up there, but it's really not one that you can celebrate, right?
The black flies.
Yeah, well, no, those are a problem more during Memorial Day weekend. Gotcha. But
you know what's funny? My son just last weekend had like 3, and I thought they were black fly bites on his arm.
Well, it could be, but they're really bad because they all hatch at Memorial Day weekend. But Labor Day weekend, yes, you celebrate, but are you really celebrating because it's the end of summer? It's the end of the hot weather, and you're moving into the cooler weather, which then pessimistically, yes, I know I'm being, it goes into the winter weather.
Look, you're absolutely right.
It's all downhill from here.
I'm more excited in the spring than I am in the fall, right? Because you're right, the whole season of life, and then everything starts to die off. I felt this way the last few years, where I've always loved summer.
Yeah.
But I am coming around to fall being the best season in our area as far as weather.
Nice.
It's cool at night. It's nice. You get the little fire. You know, I got the fires going in the backyard all the time. You get the fire going in the backyard. It's usually sunny. You know, you can't predict the weather as far as it's dry. Is it a dry season? I mean, look at August. August was soaking wet, and that's usually a very dry season.
And
a
cooler.
Dry month, I should say.
And cooler. August is usually hot still.
And then we're actually heating it up next week. You talked about this earlier this week. We're looking at the warmest weather we've seen in a couple of weeks, I think. So today 75, tomorrow 79, 82 Sunday, 86 Monday, 88 Tuesday, 88 Wednesday, 87 Thursday, 85 Friday, and then we're back into the upper 70s next weekend.
Having a heat wave. I got to say, too, that...
Burning in my heart.
Oh, it's just karaoke morning?
That was 2 different songs, but I liked it. It was a blend.
Sorry.
I knew the song Smitty was singing. I was singing something different. But it's, I remember a couple years ago, we were golfing in November, so...
Well, I have here a list.
Just a crapshoot up here in Central.
Yeah, well, I can't remember how many years ago now. It was probably 10 years ago now, but there was a big thing where almost all the golfers I knew played golf on Christmas Eve, and it was just because they could.
That.
Do you remember that? It was probably, 8 years ago, 10 years ago now. Here's some things to look forward to for the month of September. Today is September 1st, by the way.
Ooh.
And anytime we talk about the date, especially a new month, we have to go, can you believe it's already September 1st?
I can't believe it.
But I do kind of feel that way. It's now September, folks. Goodbye, summer. The New York State Fair, have you gotten out there at all?
No. I'm not a big fair person anymore.
This might sound judgy, but it's not intended to be. Your girlfriend strikes me as a state fair person, no?
She does like to go, but we just haven't gone. I just, there's so much going on. And that's the thing about summer, and that's why it goes by so quick. Every weekend you have a wedding or something planned or something on the schedule, or it's my busy season at work, so it's, you blink and it's gone.
Yeah.
But the fair's a good time. I used to go and just
You
get
haven't
bombed
gone
off the wine slushies, and I don't drink anymore. So
Yeah.
what's the point? No. It's just a lot of the time, too. I'm at a point in my life now where, I know this sounds awful. I'm only 33. What am I complaining about? But I'm at this point now where I don't want to deal with crowds and traffic and all that stuff. Like, it's maddening.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to sit on, that, 481 waiting to get to the fair, in 2-hour line traffic just to, find that parking spot a million miles away and all that.
We talked with Dave Olney earlier this week, obviously, sergeant with the New York State Police, and he operates the drones, and he was saying they've got the drones overhead. He said you could be a mile away, and
you can see the holdup. Look, that person's flipping that person off. Oh, my God. That person's getting out of their car and screaming at that person.
Well, what he said was they use it to coordinate traffic better than in years past. So
and they do a good job. But it's and Smitty was just talking about it. When you've got, I remember a few years back, it was when Lakeview just opened. Okay, and I went to a concert. It was Miranda Lambert. It was the inaugural concert at Lakeview, and this was when they still had the grandstand in the fair. So Lakeview had Miranda Lambert, then there was some big act at the grandstand, and there was an act at Chevy Court with the fair going on. And I remember we were sitting in the parking lot of Lakeview. I thought I was going to run out of gas waiting just to find an exit to get out. So when you've got the three things going on at the same time, I think, Smitty, you said today there's a big sold-out show at Lakeview.
No, it's actually...
Today?
There's a big show at Lakeview tonight.
Oh, yeah, who is it?
Noah Hanron. It's on your street there.
Okay.
And then,
Nail Haran or something like
and then
that?
there's a rapper, JID, there at Chevy Court tonight, so they're expecting a big crowd.
Yeah.
Well, SPAC's got Guns N' Roses, and they're saying if you're heading out toward the Capital District, they're expecting some traffic delays out that way because it's going to be a jammed show. I got the New York State concert schedule up here for the rest of. Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, and I don't want
anything.
by all means, I don't want anybody to be discouraged from going to the fair. It's a good time. I'm just like a curmudgeon at this point.
Tonight at the New York State Fair, you've got actually 1:00 this afternoon. You got Crash Adams. 6:00 tonight is the Fray.
You got Danielle Bradbury at 2:00. That's my interest today.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. Danielle Bradbury and then JID, you said at the State Fair tonight.
Right.
All right. Still coming up before Labor Day.
Skid Row is on Monday.
Okay.
Oh, Smitty.
Throwing it back.
I didn't even have to look this up. You got it right in, committed to memory.
Theory of a Dead Man is on Monday.
Okay.
The early shows on Monday start at 4:00 is one show. Skid Row's at 6:00.
I don't see Theory of a Dead Man on here.
Oh, Foghead. Is on
or is it?
Yeah, Foghat.
Foghat. Yeah. It's close. You put your hat on your head.
Theory of a Dead Man was at Lakeview a couple weeks ago.
This weekend on the Chevy Court stage, they got a lot of they got Jams Funk Fest tomorrow, youth performances. They got the Brown Skin Band, Jams Funk Fest, 2K23. Fallout from War, again, another Jams Funk Fest. Jams Funk Fest, Trump Tight 315.
What?
The Black Lights, Jam Funk. Brick, Jams Funk. This is all Saturday at the State Fair.
What is a Jam Funk? What is that? Is that...
I don't 100% know.
Is that what they call it?
Jams Funk Fest. It sounds like it's the Jams Funk Fest, and these are all acts performing. The Jams Funk Fest is
so it's
Saturday
a one-day
at the State
event.
Fair.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and there's several bands performing. 4:00, 5:15, 6:45, 8:15. As a matter of fact, they start at 12:30. So they got bands every 2 hours to 90 minutes jumping on the stage. Sunday, LV Shane, Joy Wave at 6:00 Sunday evening. And then Monday is the High Kings and Foghat. And then going on the Suburban Park stage this weekend, they've got, I can't even pronounce some of these bands. Sunday is Disney Junior Live on tour, Costume Palooza. I don't know if Carter'd be interested in that.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Sunday, Young Gravy featuring BNO.
What the heck happened? I feel like Chevy Court used to have, like, really, I mean, again, I'm, like, sounding so negative this morning. People are like, get that guy off the air. But, like, I feel like they used to have really good bands that were well-known throughout the summer.
Well, Monday is Hairball and Skid Row. So, I don't know, Smitty, weigh in here. How many concerts have you gone to this year at the State Fair?
I went Monday to 1. That's the only one. And I possibly, maybe, if I have enough mojo, after I get done here and doing my couple things, I might drive out this afternoon and see Danielle Bradbury.
So who did you see Monday?
REO Speedwagon.
Oh,
So they did have
I heard that. It
some
was
of
a
the
good show.
They did have some of the big shows. Lainey Wilson was there.
Yeah,
she might have
she's
kicked off the first day. I think they said that she set a record.
She's the one that was in Yellowstone, correct?
Oh, is that right? Yeah, I wasn't
I'd be
familiar with her.
interested
but
to
I
talk
looked
to
her up.
Willie about that. I want to know when that show's coming back. Is he on the line right now?
Yeah, that's Willie right there.
Yeah,
Good
let's get
morning.
to
We
him.
say
Willie!
hello to Willie Waffle. Willie, we got Andrew sitting in here.
I know.
Well, hey, man. How's it going?
Good to hear from you. I listen and I hear you, but I don't have the ability to speak to you, so it's good to talk to you, man.
Well, I mean, you still have my phone number and my email, and you could always reach out. I mean,
yeah,
know.
I know. Listen,
Now-
I got a
now
new
that you're,
phone.
like, all successful and stuff.
Listen, if it's not for business, he doesn't want to talk to you. So.
I don't know that it's I don't want to. Truthfully, it's like, by the time I return all the calls to people I have to call back, it's like, oh my God, it's 10 o'clock at night. So, but
no, I hear you, man. I hear you.
so I wanted to. It's a good actually segue there because there are a lot of shows. Well, of course, you've got the writer's strike going on, which is throwing a wrench into a lot of production and a lot of shows. A lot of people might bust my chops about this, but my girlfriend's been watching and catching up on Grey's Anatomy, and that was left with a cliffhanger. I know it's like the equivalent of a modern day
spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, soap opera, but you've got that ending in a cliffhanger, and now you've got the writer's strike, so you've got to probably wait a bunch of time for that show to come back. And then Yellowstone, is that facing any difficulties with this writer's strike, or when do we anticipate the finale of that series?
Yellowstone is not only facing problems with the writer's strike, it's facing problems with Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
Let
big
me
time.
clue you in on to what's been going on.
Yeah,
So,
spill the tea, Willie.
They broke up the final season into a part 1 and a part 2, and part 2 was supposed to come out this fall. Well, even before the writer's strike came in, there was allegedly a battle going on between Kevin Costner and Taylor Sheridan, the creator of the show. That Kevin Costner had said, listen, these are the specific dates that I'm available to film Yellowstone. And it was extremely limited. Like, not enough time that you would think that you would need to finish the season. On top of that, it appears that maybe, possibly, allegedly, Taylor Sheridan didn't really have any scripts done for part 2 yet.
Oh, my
so
God.
they were looking at possibly a delay that they weren't going to make it for the fall because Costner's gone. Costner's off making another movie. He's got his divorce he's fighting in court.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff on his plate right now. So you've got a star who you might not be able to film. You've got no scripts allegedly. Now you've got the strike. I am honestly wondering when we will ever get that final part of season 5. It could be maybe next summer or next fall.
Wow. And that was, talk about a cliffhanger. And it was kind of like, in this age of the way that streaming goes, I wasn't a Yellowstone person from the very beginning. I, like a lot of other people, caught wind of it and got hot to it and then said, oh, I've got to watch all this. We'll binge the heck out of it. Wait, I can't watch anymore? What's going on? I want it. Come on. It's not,
And for people who haven't caught up yet to Yellowstone, hey, because of the writer's strike, CBS is going to air Yellowstone on Sunday nights this fall.
Wow. Yeah, because they don't have anything new. They don't have any of their new lineup.
Yeah.
Well, Willie, here's what I wanted to mention to you. So I have a list here of, it's officially September 1st. Here are 5 things to look forward to in the fall. And there's NFL football is one of them. It says in theaters this month, and we'll talk to you about that. Equalizer 3, coming up later this month. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
Another sequel. Okay, that's two sequels. Okay.
The Expendables 4.
Oh, my God.
And then the latest iteration of Saw, which is, what are we on, Saw 10?
I think we're at like 12 or something on Saw.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so those are some of the
Willie,
movies.
what has happened to Hollywood? It's, what? Thank God there's a writer's strike to put us out of our misery. Let's be honest.
Hey,
well,
here's the reality. They put out sequels because they are marketing a commodity. They are not making art.
Yeah.
So if I have a known brand, a known character, a known movie, and I can milk that thing for 4 or 5 movies, I'm going for it.
Of course.
And that's what's happening here.
Yeah, it's pathetic. I feel like, I don't remember the last time. Oh, I do remember the last time I went to the movies because Hannah and I my girlfriend, thought it would be a good idea to go see Megan. We were like, wow, this seems like a good idea. Maybe it's a good concept.
Oh,
the movie
you
about
didn't like
the
the doll that like practically comes to life and wants to murder everybody. You didn't like that?
I thought maybe there was something there. Like, wow, this seems like it could be a good concept if they did it right, but it was a train wreck.
So here, this is the point I wanted to make about the upcoming fall television schedule.
Yeah.
All right, number 4 on the list of things to look forward to this fall is there. This is not from me. It says there are a ton of TV shows coming back. Check out the theme here on these. Name that tune. I Can See Your Voice. The Masked Singer. The Voice. Survivor. and Amazing Race. It's all reality TV.
Yeah.
It's all reality.
That's something I've gotten really on board with. It's almost become an obsession. I told Hannah I think I'm going to be Jeff Probst for Halloween. I love Survivor now. It's like
really?
Oh yeah, I can't get enough of it.
Willie, will you weigh in on this? Is it worth watching?
Well, here's the other thing. If I have done my calculations correctly, these are all programs that were recorded before the strike.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the reasons that they're available to roll out this fall, in addition to just being reality programming. A lot of the networks have picked up the rights to Canadian dramas and will be dropping them in the fall into their fall television season. You've got other cases where they had stuff that they were holding until January or maybe until next summer that they're going to drop into the fall because they need programming. And then, like you said, you're going to see a lot of reality programming. NBC is going to be the Voice channel this fall, okay?
Yeah.
They are going to have The Voice on almost every night. They're going to have review shows, prep shows, behind-the-scenes shows. I mean, they're going to do everything they can with what they've got available.
So let me ask you this. This is probably a dumb question, but is it different? Is it a different union that handles the writing for like Netflix or some of these other streaming services? Because or maybe they were already canned and they're deciding to release some of this stuff. Like it seems like there's still new series, whether they be limited release or new series coming out on Netflix.
Yeah, because they were already in the can.
Okay.
So Netflix films everything in advance. So like they will produce and they will edit an entire program before it ever hits Netflix. They do not do what network television does, where they'll be about 4 or 5 episodes ahead of time. The Netflix gets everything, and most of your streaming services do that. Peacock does that. Paramount Plus does that. So they have the entire season ready to go, and they had it done before the strike hit.
Is there any progress being made? I mean, and now the actors are striking, right? Or they're going to be.
Yes. Yeah, so the actors have been striking as well over the summer, and this is where things are starting to get a little bit messy because the actors are not going on television to promote their programs. They're not going on to promote their movies. The fall film festivals, which are key to a lot of the Oscar races, are trying to find ways to get waivers with the union to allow their actors to show up to try to promote the movies. And in a lot of cases, try to sell the movies because nobody's really bought them yet and agreed to distribute them yet. So there's a lot of that kind of going back and forth, but there hasn't been a lot of meaningful, significant talking going on between the union and basically the Association of Producers, which is all the studios and all the networks. The Writers Guild, I guess, was going to be going back to the table with the group, this week or next. But the Association of Motion Picture and Television Producers basically released a lot of what they wanted to negotiate, to the press, and the writers looked at it and said, "We've already talked about this. We've already told you this isn't enough. Why are you wasting our time?"
Do they have a legitimate gripe here? I mean, part of me is like, okay, you're making a lot of money, and you have been making
a lot of this is over AI, right? A lot of this is about
There's
AI?
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a great deal of it about AI. There's a great deal of it about the money and the residuals that they used to get from the way that the deals were structured in a pre-streaming world. There's a lot that's going on about the loss of money because now, instead of paying me for 22 network programs, you're paying me for 10 that are going to air on Netflix, and you pay me less on top of that. So those are the battles that are going on, kind of the fight over money, the idea that, hey, you're paying me less, but you're still making the same profit or more, and
yeah.
I want my piece of the action because you need us to produce these things. You need us to be able to put these things on the air and make money.
So before we get to this weekend's preview, let me put a bow on this. Also coming up this fall, American Horror Story, Delicate Part 1. That's got Kim Kardashian in it.
Okay.
Oh, God. That makes it a horror show right there.
I was going to say, I thought it was going to say American Horror Story, The Kardashians. I thought that's what it was. Back to Netflix, Sex Education and Love is Blind. Also, there's a new Walking Dead spinoff, Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, that hits AMC on September 10th. What's going on this weekend? I believe Equalizer 3 hits theaters.
That's right. That's right. Denzel Washington is out to kick some booty.
Again.
And here's what you're going to get in Equalizer 3. It is just Denzel Washington as a killing machine. See, he in the past couple of movies, he's done a lot of kicking booty, and he's kind of tired of it. And he's moved off to Italy, and he's living in this wonderful little town, and he loves all the little merchants and all of his neighbors. But then he finds out the mafia is squeezing them.
Dun, dun,
He's
dun.
going to take care of business. Yes.
Yeah. So what did you think?
Yeah, I'm going 2.5 waffles because here's the thing. I knew going in they're not going to talk about story. They're not going to talk about character. This is not going to be a well-written movie. But what it's going to have is Denzel Washington taking care of business. And those are the action scenes that you want to see. And those are the fights that you want to see. And, yes, it is very, very brutal. So if you have a weak stomach, you don't want to do it. But I'm going 2.5 waffles.
Yeah, that's pretty good. If you go in with low expectations, they underpromised and over-delivered. It seems like you're saying.
That's my dating strategy as well.
There's not a bad Denzel Washington movie out there.
Training Day is the best.
Yeah. So is there anything else debuting this weekend?
Not really. I mean, Netflix, if you haven't seen it yet, has a fun little movie from Adam Sandler. It is the highest-rated Adam Sandler movie that he's ever done for Netflix because he's barely in it. It is called You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. It is the story of his 13-year-old daughter, who is played by his real daughter, Sonny Sandler, and all the drama and all the teen angst that's going on around her bat mitzvah that she's been planning her entire life, but now her entire life is falling apart, and it's not working out the way she wanted. It's a fun kind of family movie. It's got, all those teen kind of comedy things that you've seen a zillion times, but they're fun. I'm going to say 2.5 waffles.
Wow.
But before I leave you, I will drop this piece of knowledge on you. The announcement was made yesterday. Get ready. The Taylor Swift cult is taking over movie theaters on October 13th. Yes, the Taylor Swift Eras concert film will be on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays 4 times a day from October 13th until November 5th. And yes, it's almost sold out already.
Talk about making a ton of money. Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my. I wish I could just have that kind of a following. It would be amazing.
You do, Willie. You just don't realize it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't realize it.
You'll be the source of the next Amex lawsuit or Ticketmaster lawsuit.
Well, and that was the funny thing. Early in the day yesterday, AMC said, "Oh, we've doubled or tripled or quadrupled our capacity. We're going to make sure nothing bad happens." And the app had problems. And I heard a story that it had crashed. I can tell you from my own experience, I accessed the app yesterday, and they were running on limited power. They couldn't give you everything you normally get, like your stubs bonuses and things like that. So they had troubles.
Willie Waffle, is a pleasure as always. Good to share a laugh with you, and thanks for the weekend preview. We unfortunately are out of time. WIBX 950, Utica, Rome.
Needs disaster relief.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The Biden administration's asking Congress for $4 billion, and Fox's Jared Halpern reports.
That is on top of a $12 billion FEMA request made a few weeks ago. President Biden noted potential spending shortfalls during a surprise visit yesterday to FEMA headquarters.
This last couple of years with climate change and really kicking in, you guys are going 24 hours a day and 365 days a year.
Tomorrow, the president will go to Florida to survey the damage Hurricane Idalia did.
Now that the water has subsided, the cleanup here on Cedar Key has begun. People looking amid flooded out buildings for anything they can salvage and pushing out mud and silt. Lines of debris piling up. But neighbors have been helping one another, and the National Guard has too, bringing in supplies like food and water and getting into hard-to-reach areas with high-wheeled vehicles.
Fox Weather's Max Gordon. There are still more than 100,000 power outages in Florida and Georgia, where there's also storm damage. It's day 2 of the manhunt for an escaped killer in Pennsylvania. Danilo Cavalcante broke out a week after he got a life sentence for murdering his girlfriend. Chester County DA Deb Ryan says,
"Do not go near him. We're asking you to call 911 if you have any sightings."
Former President Trump will get to skip next week's arraignment in Georgia, waiving his right to show up, entering an advance and not guilty plea to 2020 election-related criminal charges. And we'll get to watch that Trump trial.
In federal court, cameras generally aren't allowed, but since it's a state case for the former president in Georgia, court proceedings can be televised. And a Fulton County judge has ruled the entire case against Trump, as well as his 18 co-defendants, will be televised and live streamed.
Fox's Jill Nato. Texas is the latest Republican-led state to ban gender-affirming care for minors. It takes effect today after the state Supreme Court overturned a lower court ruling. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password,
for you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
We have mostly clear skies, a chilly start. We are at 50 degrees. WIBX News Time 7:03. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service, celebrating 70 years in business, 3 generations and counting. You can visit them online at clintontractor.net. Well, the Utica City School District is still in need of teachers before kids return to the classroom next week. School officials say they would like to hire between 10 and 15 people soon to fill positions in departments like art, music, and special education. There's also a need for substitute teachers to fill in as well. If you're interested, just log on to uticaschools.org. A lot of people hitting the road for the holiday weekend, and police across New York State will be cracking down on drunk drivers. It's part of the governor's Traffic Safety Committee Stop DWI campaign. It runs through Monday. You're advised that if you plan on drinking alcoholic beverages, make sure that you have a safe ride home. Anyone who sees suspicious or dangerous activity out on the roadways is encouraged to call 911. Well, we talked about some of the concerts coming up this weekend at the New York State Fair. And in the capital region, a big concert is going on as well. Heavy traffic is expected in and around SPAC at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center. If you're headed that way, you might want to consider an alternate route. The concert venue is expected to be jam-packed because Guns N' Roses will perform tonight. Live Nation is asking people to arrive early to cut down on delays. They say parking lots open at 3 p.m. this afternoon. The gates will open 90 minutes later. The concert itself starts at 6 p.m. Again, that is going on at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center. Go ahead, yeah.
I can imagine that there's going to be some traffic at SPAC, and you know, husbands are going to be saying to their wives, or wives are going to be saying to their husbands, where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go? No? Okay.
You interrupted the news for that.
If you're a Guns N' Roses fan, you know what I'm talking about. Okay?
I know the song. Boy, you're turning this into a karaoke hour here.
I got a little extra pep in the step this morning. Sorry.
You do.
Go on,
it's Friday morning into a holiday weekend. You better get it out of your system now.
I know.
Summer is almost over. Officially, it ends at, I think, 2:40 a.m. on September 23rd. That is the fall equinox. What else did I need to mention here? In the city of Syracuse, a scary situation. No injuries reported, but a stolen vehicle wound up crashing into the porch of a house in Syracuse. Authorities say the car went through backyards on Genesee Park Drive yesterday. It left tire tracks in the grass, then struck the porch. There were 3 people inside the vehicle. They all left the scene before cops arrived. Police say anyone with information is encouraged to come forward. The lottery this weekend, the Powerball jackpot is above $400 million. The top prize tomorrow night will be at least $420 million after no one chose the winning numbers for Wednesday night's drawing. People who want to play the game, it's $2 a ticket. The drawing is streamed live online at Powerball.com. WIBX news time is 7:06. We dealt with a lot of rain in August, but it's September 1st, and we are turning the page. We have a nice run of weather coming up here. Here's what we can expect later today.
Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint in the WIBX Weather Center today. Nice and comfortable with sunshine, a high of 78. Tonight, clear sky, low near 50. And for the Labor Day holiday weekend, becoming breezy, hot, and more humid with sunshine. Highs in the upper 80s to near 90 by Labor Day. For more near local forecasts, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WUTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
Well, here's one of the reasons I'm glad Aaron Rodgers is out of Green Bay. Tension rising between the two teams that call MetLife Stadium home. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers fired back at Giants linebacker Jihad Ward for some recent comments. Rodgers dismissed the notion that Gang Green was laughing at their teammate and believes that Ward is making things up. On Wednesday, Ward accused Rodgers and the Jets of laughing after Randall Cobb laid out safety Bobby McCain with an illegal block in the preseason finale. The scene was captured on HBO's Hard Knocks with Rodgers and company laughing in the huddle as the quarterback razzed Cobb about the penalty and expected fine. The G-men host the Jets in Week 8 of the regular season on October 29th. The Tigers salvaged their series finale against the Yankees after earning a 4-3 victory in 10 innings. Jonathan Loaizaga, I did know that, I'm sorry, but he was tagged with the loss after allowing an earned run in 2/3 inning. That's no shocker. Anthony Volpe tied the game in the top of the ninth after hitting a 3-run homer. New York is now last in the AL East at 65-69, pathetic, and they'll visit Houston for a 3-game series that begins tonight at Minute Maid Park. The Mets are hoping to earn their second straight win as they host the Seattle Mariners for a 3-game series that begins at Citi Field tonight. Week 1 of college football season has arrived. Syracuse is hoping to open the season with a victory after finishing 7-5.
They better.
After falling in the Pinstripe Bowl, before falling in the Pinstripe Bowl, the Orange host Colgate tomorrow afternoon at JMA Wireless Dome. And one more for you.
Utica University will open up on the road. They'll play at Rochester. That's a noon start tomorrow.
Good. Okay.
We had Blaise Faggiano in yesterday. Hooked us up with some tickets, which we gave away on the air yesterday. Also, Smitty and I got a nice Utica football T-shirt, so
nice.
That was cool.
And the tailgating's always fun. They've really embraced that.
The
over
12th man, As a matter of fact, part of the ticket package we gave away yesterday was a 12th man ticket, so it gets you into all the tailgating for the home games. Blaise does a good job, man. I'm telling you. Talk about
what about those Utica University coaches? Heenan has really, he was a big part of making hockey a big thing here, and once again resurrecting it before the Comets came in, and now they're working well together. But Blaise has really turned the program around. So.
Yeah, they had their best year ever last year, double-digit wins, first NCAA tournament appearance, first NCAA tournament win, and they hope to do more of the same. Again, they kick off the season tomorrow on the road at Rochester. Smitty.
You don't know how you can watch it, but Syracuse, it's Colgate, supposed to be on ESPN Plus tomorrow.
Okay, so let's get into this a little bit. There's a cable issue going on, right?
Yeah.
For Spectrum customers.
Dropped ESPN entirely.
ESPN and all the ESPN and FX and Disney.
FX, Disney, ESPN. Is it ESPN2?
Darn, I won't be able to
ESPN
watch my
Plus?
Disney channel.
Is it all the brands or just the main ESPN channel?
I think it's all the ESPNs because they're owned
Wow.
by Disney.
So
there
you got
must be a
ESPN,
dispute
ESPN2.
with Disney, yeah.
There's ESPN Deportes. There's the Ocho. There's all kinds of.
So the Syracuse game is supposed to be on the ACC network tomorrow. You won't be able to even watch that because that's affiliated with ESPN.
The ACC network is.
It is crazy. All the
so local.
companies...
Wait. Central New York fans can't watch that Syracuse game tomorrow. If you're a fan, if you're a subscriber to Spectrum,
If you on Spectrum, unless you get it on ESPN Plus, you're gonna have to
go
pay.
through their app.
Yeah,
Go through their.
Unless you want to listen to it somewhere else somewhere else.
All right.
It is amazing to me nowadays when you say you think a company is independent or whatever, and then you find out it's owned by some other company, and it's nothing to do with what the company that owns it or what that company does, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like Disney owns ESPN, or you got this.
Well, Disney, ESPN was gutted not long ago, a few months ago, right? They lost a lot of people, and it was because, I think a part of it was because, I don't think the execs at ESPN made that decision. I think that was made by Disney.
They lost a lot of their top broadcasters. They laid off Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, Susie Colbert. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to be hosting the Monday Night Countdown show before Monday Night Football on the 11th of when the season kicks off. See who's in the host chair.
So
there's rumors going around that it's going to be Laurel Rutledge, who is their NFL weekday show. She's going to be coming in and taking the reins. But Scott Van Pelt hosted a couple weeks ago when they had their last preseason game. He didn't do too bad.
The NFL season obviously kicks off on Thursday. Wendy Nix is also gone, and she did a lot of football program hosting. That was just in the last 24 hours that she is out after 17 years at ESPN. Anything else in sports you want to mention?
The U.S. Open, that resumes today.
Good luck with those names.
I'm not even going to go there. The action continues at the 2023 U.S. Open. Defending men's champion Carlos Alcaraz rolled into the third round with a straight set victory. And the green flag waves for the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs this weekend.
It's the start of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first of 10 races in the chase.
Right.
Yeah. Smitty went down to go bowling at the green. Did you know? Because I didn't.
Go bowling at the Glen, not go bowling at the green. Where did I go bowling? On the green grass?
Well, on that note, let me go regroup. I need to reset.
Break, please.
It's First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
Did you go to the state fair? Did you have a good time? Did you have one too many wine slushies and buy a mattress or a massage chair? Take a look at that receipt. Is that company halfway across the country? What are you going to do when you have a problem and they're halfway across the country? Oh, it has a sleep exchange if you don't like it. They're halfway across the country. 3 to 5 weeks for delivery. Listen, anyone who comes to Mattress Express and does a comfort test on massage chairs and or mattresses gets a $25 prepaid Visa card. Bring your quote or purchase from the state fair to Mattress Express. Let us look at it. I'll give you a $25 prepaid Visa card. I will sell you the same mattress or same massage chair or comparable model for the same or less money. Believe me, you didn't get that great of a state fair deal. I'll meet it or beat it. You'll have local service after the sale. It'll probably get delivered a lot quicker. Go to mattressexpressny.com for locations.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. Hey, you could even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines. Or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Hi, Hi, I'm Jill Hayes.
And I'm Scott Hayes from New York Sash.
You know, Scott, saving money feels great.
Oh, no.
And saving 50%? That's just incredible.
What did you buy?
What? Nothing. I'm talking about the New York Sash 50% off sale and how right now, for a limited time, we're offering 50% off the installation on every New York Sash window.
That's right. They're energy efficient, they're beautiful, they come with a lifetime warranty, and they're all on display at our Idea and Design Center, so you can browse at your convenience with no pressure. And if you have questions, we'll be happy to help you choose the perfect windows for your home.
And you can get them installed at half the cost.
Replace one window, two windows, a whole house full of windows, and save 50% on the installation.
It happens once a year, and it ends Monday. Get 50% off the installation at New York Sash.
We're open Monday through Saturday, so call us this week or visit our Idea and Design Center on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
And let our family take care of your family.
The official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is from Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Chuck is ready with coffee, espresso, lattes, iced coffee, and, of course, fresh bagels and fresh donuts every single day. Try the pistachio latte this summer. It is delicious, and it is a quencher. It's Daylight Donuts in the village of New Hartford.
Mega mattress blowout on now at My Carl's. Twin mattresses from $79, full size from $99, queens from $249, and kings from $349. I even have twin extra long and California king size, only at My Carl's backside New Hartford Shopping Center.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain.
But we don't speak Spanish.
So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks. Babbel's conversational method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Estoy muy emocionado para ir a España contigo.
Aw, he just said, I'm very excited to go to Spain with you. Nos vamos a divertir mucho.
And that means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sí. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
It's the final days of the summer window sale at New York Sash. 50% off the installation of new windows. Any sizes, styles, or quantities. This is Bill Keeler. You can add patio doors to that if you'd like. We did at our home, and the savings was incredible, especially when it comes to your thermostat and your energy bill. Professional installation by trained and certified craftsmen with a lifetime warranty. And right now you can save on installation. It's time to get it now. New York Sash will work with you to determine the best window for your home. You can meet with a New York Sash consultant and have new energy-efficient windows installed before the snow falls. 50% off the installation of new windows right now. But remember, the sale ends on Monday. So stop by the New York Sash Idea and Design Center in Whitesboro to get started. They're open all week until 6 p.m. and Saturday from 9 till 1. Or you can browse anytime on their website at newyorksash.com. And let the New York Sash family take care of your family.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, it is 7:18. First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX. Heading into the Labor Day weekend. Bill is back on Tuesday. Programming note, we are off on Monday. All right, so Richard, thank you. Richard sent me an email kind of outlining this. A dispute between Charter Communications and Disney has led to ESPN channels being blacked out, and it started with the kickoff of college football at around 8 o'clock last night.
Yeah, I saw that on social media. People were like, what the heck? I was about to watch the game, and nothing.
Yep, and then it was gone. Fans discovered as they turned in to watch the college football game between Florida and number 14 Utah on ESPN. Charter says it has approximately 14.7 million video subscribers via Spectrum. The blackout applies to 19 different Disney-owned cable channels. Spectrum says, but college football fans took note with a blacked-out game going into effect around 8 p.m. With Thursday night's big game. Now, Richard makes a couple of good points here. Disney has blocked all Spectrum customers over as a dispute over rates. This affects 20 or more stations, ESPN, all ESPN stations, including Smitty, as you pointed out, the ACC network. So that's Syracuse. So if you're a Spectrum customer, you can't watch the Syracuse game tomorrow. That includes ABC. As of now, without a settlement, Monday Night Football kicks off a week from Monday. Bills-Jets. Local fans won't get that game.
Wow.
Not via Spectrum. You'll have to subscribe to ESPN or ESPN Plus or something.
Maybe that's strategically a way that Disney is going, is that they want more subscribers. I mean, if you think about it, you block Spectrum from carrying the game, you're forcing a lot of people to go on those streaming platforms and subscribe. And a lot of the time you subscribe, you do a month free trial, and then, if you don't cancel it, it auto-renews, and then you get charged because a lot of people don't think about it, and it's a good way of making money.
So, and am I understanding this correctly? It is Disney's decision. If that's the case, it would seem like a maneuver to get additional subscribers as the college football and the pro season kicks off.
Yeah.
You got Monday Night Football and a lot of college football on ESPN.
I can't imagine Spectrum would want those channels off their platform.
Also ACC as well. I mean, that's a big hit for local Syracuse fans. I mean, tomorrow's game is against Colgate. They should win that easy, all due respect to the Raiders, but
they should.
Yeah.
I'm still, remembering my time at Lemoyne. I was a student there when Lemoyne beat Syracuse in basketball, but we won't talk about
that was a big deal. I remember you going nuts about that. And then do you remember earlier this summer there was the Barbie movie came out and Oppenheimer came out. And there was this whole thing of the Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what they were calling it? Barbenheimer? Something like that?
So
they combined the movies. Yeah.
So real quick on the football.
Yeah.
Starting next Saturday, the CW is going to be having ACC football. They came to agreement a couple weeks ago. They're going to carry ACC basketball and football this year, up to 85 games.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But not on Spectrum.
The CW is on Spectrum. It's channel 13.
So you will be able to watch the Syracuse games.
If they're on the CW, but if this keeps on going, you can't watch them on the ACC network. You'll be able to watch them on NBC because they play Purdue in 2 weeks. That game's on NBC because the Big Ten has NBC, a contract with NBC now.
Interesting.
They took it away from ESPN.
And I'm thinking about it. A lot of people are probably going to be taking advantage of the NFL ticket, and I don't know how that comes into play.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube TV.
Yeah, but
so a lot of people will probably gravitate to that because you won't have to have the dish DirecTV on your home.
But aren't New York games blacked
out? Yeah, if they're not on the network game. But if let's say for instance, sometimes you have that instance where Bills, Jets, and Giants are all on the same, Sunday at 1:00, and they can't carry each one. I don't think it'll be blacked out unless it's scheduled to be or slated to be on national TV on that network, if that makes sense.
Okay, and then something I wanted to mention here. We're good on the football stuff. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I actually.
Oh, it's huge.
I was doing the Spectrum thing where you pick 15 channels. You didn't. SNY and Yes were not part of that package, but I did all the.
That's okay. This year, it's like you're not missing much.
Right, it didn't matter. I did. To be honest with you, what I did was I canceled that in favor of the MLB Extra Innings package. So I get all the baseball games except for Mets and Yankees for like $25 a month. And
do you watch the other games though?
Yeah.
You watch, okay. Well, that's good.
Is it worth that though?
For $25?
Yeah.
Well, you get all the games. I mean. And I'm only going to do it until the end of September probably, because once we get into October, all the playoff games are on TBS, FS1, and then Fox has a lot of the games. I'm looking forward to watching those on Fox because I don't know if I can watch them on MLB Extra Innings. I guess we'll find out. This is the first year I did it.
Oh, okay.
But Mets and Yankees are blacked out.
So you just listen to the old radio if you want to listen to the Syracuse game tomorrow. Listen to the old radio.
The old radio.
I will be doing.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to probably have to take advantage of the NFL ticket on YouTube TV because I don't think Green Bay is going to have many games that are going to be broadcast here.
No love for love.
No love for love.
No love for love. Do you think that's a good idea that you watch the Packers if they're expected to have a down year?
You gotta. I'm a true fan. I'm the most pessimistic sports fan, right?
I would imagine your blood pressure and the walls in your house will be paying the price.
My girlfriend will tell me you're going to watch the games somewhere else, not here.
Yeah, probably. Okay, and then I've been trying to squeeze this in for like the better part of 35 minutes here. The whole Barbenheimer thing, right? Everybody remembers this. Barbie came out, Oppenheimer.
The big craze.
Yeah, there's actually a woman, a 68-year-old grandmother in Massachusetts, whose name is Barbara Oppenheimer, and she goes by Barbie. Technically, she's gone by Barbara for most of her adult life, but when she was younger, she went by Barbie. Barbara says she's totally embraced the summer of unexpected fame. She has seen both movies, but couldn't handle them both in the same day. She watched Oppenheimer first, since her husband actually is related to J. Robert Oppenheimer, the so-called father of the atomic bomb.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. He's the subject of the movie. Barbara, who loved both movies, she said, in different ways, is going to see Barbie again with friends, and she's going to wear her Barbenheimer shirt when she goes to the theaters to watch it a second time.
Nice.
It's unclear which one she has, but she might have two. She says her son got her one, and then she was disappointed to find out that she already had one.
She already had the shirt?
Apparently.
Okay.
Speaking of Barbenheimer, this was inevitable. A Barbenheimer movie is actually happening. It's a cheap B movie, and there aren't really any casting details yet, but here's the synopsis. In Dollsville, a group of fed-up female dolls, led by the brilliant Dr. Barbenheimer, build an atomic bomb. The mission is to bring down the patriarchy once and for all.
This is why we need the writers back.
Yeah, this is why we need the writers back.
Dollsville, is that anywhere near Dollsville?
No, it's spelled Dollsville.
Okay.
Dollsville.
Well, maybe they can shoot it in Dollsville.
Maybe they can.
They got to talk to Buckley about that.
Yes, I talked to Buck yesterday. We had Blaise Faggiano on, as I mentioned, and he wanted me to ask about one of the coaches there. So he's texting me, and again, I'm running the brakes and everything. And so after the interview was over, I saw my phone. I said, "Hey, Buck, sorry, I just saw this." He goes, "It's an old excuse. Come on."
Sweetheart.
Look, it's one thing when Bill's here and I can check my phone, but I can't when I'm sitting over on this side. Although I just did check my phone. It is 7:27. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll be joined by Marianne Buttonshaw. The Assemblywoman will join us to talk about Speaker Carl Heastie being in town earlier this week. We'll talk with Oneida County Executive Anthony Picenti coming up at 7:45. Next hour, we'll actually chat and get an update from Mike Hennessy. Is he still in the race? What's going on? What has he been up to? We'll get his position on a couple of things, and we'll send you off into the Labor Day weekend with another chance to win $100.
Nice.
There was controversy on the show yesterday.
Was it a timing thing? Was it
No, I had planned to ask two questions because we didn't get a question in on Wednesday.
Right.
So my first question, and it was John in Bridgewater, was on this date, I don't know how many years ago it was now. I think I phrased that in the question. On this date, X years ago, Princess Diana died where?
Okay.
And it was the answer was Paris, France. That I was looking for. I didn't say what city. I just said where.
In a car.
Well, he said a tunnel.
Oh.
And then I said, no, I was looking for Paris, France, and there was backlash. I was getting text messages, app messages, phone calls. So we ended up awarding John the money. So
There's
John in
something
Bridgewater.
about that chair right there.
John in Bridgewater got $100 heading into the Labor Day weekend. We'll give you a chance to do that as well. We're kicking it from 7:45 to like 8:10 or 8:15 this morning. So make sure you stay tuned for your chance to win with the Hobica Law Firm and Keeler in the morning. It is 7:29. A quick timeout. We'll be back with more right after this on WIBX.
A Rottweiler named Whiskey, with hours to live, brought back to full health. A terrier named Snoopy, paralyzed in all four legs, who ran and played again within months. These dogs are known as Marty's Miracles. Dogs brought back to health by Dr. Marty Goldstein.
I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet, similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Called the Miracle Worker by Forbes magazine, he's now created a premium dog food for you called Nature's Blend. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life. For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get free premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
It's the 85th Annual New York State Trappers Convention and Sportsman Show, August 31st through September 2nd at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds in Frankfort. The show features a Friday night auction, a Saturday night can raffle, daily demonstrations, crafters and artisans, flea market, gun and treasure chest raffle, great food and camping too. Admission is $10, good for all 3 days. 16 and under are free, service members free on Saturday. The New York State Trappers Convention and Sportsman Show, August 31st through September 2nd at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds in Frankfort.
Honey, I'm going to Kinney.
Oh, could you get a big bag of M&Ms?
What the? Okay.
What is this?
A big bag of enemas.
OMG, M&Ms, like the candy.
Oh.
Hey, we've all been there, right? Share your misheard moment at KinneyHearing.com and be entered to win a free pair of Lucid hearing aids valued at $1,000 from Kinney Drugs. You heard that right, KinneyHearing.com.
Paid for by ERC Business Solutions.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Tax Credit program. This is not a loan. You do not have to pay this back. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours, so let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Find out how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. A team of ERC specialists are awaiting your call. Call now at 888-449-3604. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 888-449-3604. 888-449-3604.
First News with Keeler in the Morning on WIBX.
Back here, First News, Keeler in the Morning on WIBX, 7:33, and we are joined on the phone lines by Assemblywoman Mary Ann Buttonshaw. Good morning, Assemblywoman. How are you?
Good morning, Jeff, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Speaker of the Assembly was in town earlier this week, I believe. Fill us in on what happened.
So I had reached out after I had heard from all first responding agencies that the recruitment is a major concern. And I don't have to tell you, Jeff, as well as Andrew, that public safety is the foundation of everything, whether it's economic development, whether it's our schools. If people don't feel safe, then we're not going to move forward in any area. So what had happened is I had requested funding that was going to be distributed in a different model that would include our agencies would receive funding, as well as some nonprofits that are the boots on the ground. So I had asked these individuals to come together, and the purpose of this was I was able to secure $1 million for this project.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, Jeff. And we hosted the press conference at a Safe Schools leadership training where Safe Schools brings high school students throughout Oneida County, and I believe there was some from Herkimer County for a week-long training, and it was held at the Parkway Center. So as we were upstairs, the speaker looked up the hill and said, "What is this?" And I said, "Well, this was a great ski area for our young folks throughout the area. In fact, I learned to ski there, and many others started piping up and saying they did too." And he said, "Why isn't it running?" And I said, "Well, financially, to get this the chairlift going, we need, as well as snowmaking." And he said, "Okay, tell me how much you have to have." And he allocated $2 million more for that.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So the chairlift will be used year-round because of the trails up atop.
Sure.
So that's not just going to be used for a couple months. I think that's a great corridor with the Children's Museum coming, the Dyson Center, the zoo. So just throughout that area. And the mayor is putting in a ice skating rink. I don't know if you're aware of it there.
Yes.
Okay, and then he'll convert it to pickleball courts in the summer. So again, that'll have a year-round use.
Wow, that's great. And that was kind of almost, I don't want to say by accident, but he just asked, you answered, and he was like, "Well, let me help you out."
Yeah. How often does that happen?
That's great.
Well, initially I had pushed for more funding for our first responders back and forth before he had come. And so this, I think, was just another avenue that we would hope our youth would utilize it. Children in the area, there's a tubing hill that is there now that was expanded, so that would be included. And I think that if we can secure the funding to come forward for opportunities for children and adolescents to work together and bridge that gap with law enforcement, any first responders, I think, is just a great opportunity.
Well, I think, unfortunately, I think one of the big reasons, and I don't mean to get off on a tangent with this, but I think one of the big reasons for low recruitment is, where we are with, the way state laws have kind of, made it difficult for police to do their job, with bail reform and such. I mean, any progress or any conversation in that realm?
Yes. This past year, there was some judicial discretion, again, that was brought back, which is so important because the judge in front of a case has to have the opportunity back to public safety to make those decisions. But we have a long way to go, Andrew. I mean, without a doubt, I have some pieces of legislation that I continue to push that bring back, more importantly, as you stated, we don't want law enforcement to feel they can't do their job.
Yeah. We
do not want, so many other different issues. The great thing about the press conference, we had a substantial amount of individuals that came, and I sincerely appreciate it. And there was introductions. I've never met, this person. I've never met the chief. So that was half of the rationale of having this press conference was bringing these individuals together. The fire chiefs across the area, they were all there in Oneida County, very appreciative of that. Because the Oneida County fire chiefs, I allocated $100,000. Oneida County Law Enforcement Coalition, $100,000. So that way that all departments are involved. And I think that is so important that each one of them has that opportunity. In addition, with fire recruitment, there is state funding with RFPs that will be coming out in the future. So this is a starting point for them. So the funding, again, was looked, as you stated, we have created quite a bit of difficulty with many individuals maybe making that career decision or the willingness to want to volunteer.
Yeah.
Whether it's EMS or our fire service. So hopefully we can provide that, and I will not stop pushing this legislation forward to provide them with the tools that they need.
Well, thank you, Assemblywoman Mary Ann Buttonshaw. As you said, it is a very important thing. How terrifying is it, just the idea that whether it's police, fire, or EMS, when you make that call and you need them, and there's no one there to answer the call.
Well, major cities across
situation.
the country are dealing with that. I mean, you hear stories in New Orleans and other major metros where sometimes the 911 operator, is there, but there's not enough police on duty to respond to things. So it's a scary thought and a scary situation across the country. So,
and then also the couple $1 million in funding for the ski hill,
that's
the
awesome.
Belle Bialis, and the chairlift, and that's a great thing. That's an unused asset, I guess. It seems like every couple of years it gets going, and then I don't know if the support isn't there from the community. They don't raise enough money, I guess, to justify it, but that's a nice shot in the arm from New York State. Some funding to make sure that ski lift is operating appropriately. And you said that'll be year-round.
Yes, they had a plan. That was the best part is they had, as we had the discussions, and then the speaker said, what would this be, like a year out? And then the mayor actually came and said, absolutely not. The plan is there. It was just the resources needed to be utilized. And they were going to enhance some of the trails that are on top so that they can be utilized year-round. So, you take the chair up possibly, or just even a family that wanted to take in the beautiful view. I'm not sure if you've been to the top or skied there, but it is how far you can see as you look north. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. That's where the eagle is, right? Isn't
Yes.
it? That's it's a beautiful scene up there. Unfortunately, there was a period a few years ago where there was some odd behavior, inappropriate behavior, I guess, for a public parking lot to be going on up there.
Yeah, you could say odd.
But police did crack down on that, and they were arresting people up there. So, yeah, it is a beautiful view of the Mohawk Valley and really the city of Utica from one end to the other.
Definitely better than the views from before, yes.
Yes. Thank you for that, Andrew. Assemblywoman Mary Ann Buttonshaw, thank you, and I hope you have a great holiday weekend.
You too. Thank you very much.
All right.
Everyone, have a safe, healthy holiday weekend. Bye-bye.
There we go.
Too.
Assemblywoman Mary Ann Buttonshaw checking in from her visit this week or the visit this week of Assembly Speaker Carl Heastie. Go ahead.
Do you want to break the news that we just got from one of our listeners?
Yes.
This show gets results. I don't know that it was this show, but that's what I'm saying.
You're right. It wasn't the show. It was me. They've repainted Genesee Street downtown.
We
Can
have
you believe
two lanes back.
Well,
we
it's
have
four
two
lanes.
Four
Four
lanes.
lanes.
Well, two on each side is what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. So Genesee Street in downtown Utica, as we head into Labor Day weekend, they've gone back to the 4 lanes.
Oh, thank you, Dana.
It's a complete rewrite of history.
Oh God, I'm relieved. I want to go drive down that street right now.
Well,
I want to drive up and down it all day.
Just make sure you do the speed limit, okay?
Of course.
Now, I can see from the photo that I have here that they weren't able. Okay, look.
It's got to fade. Eventually, the paint will fade.
The paint will fade. We were told that they were waiting for a grinder to grind off some of the lines. Apparently, they couldn't get their hands on the grinder because I can still see the old lines, but that's okay. The 4-lane traffic pattern and the double yellow down the middle, I can see that bright and clear. And so they've gone back to the 4 lanes in downtown Utica on Genesee Street. WIBX News Time, 7:44. A quick timeout. When we come back, is Tony on the line now? All right, let's just do 60 seconds. So Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacenti coming up next here on WIBX.
Hello, I'm Joanne Moskal, Chief Operating Officer for Hospice and Palliative Care. At hospice, we often hear that caregivers think of hospice as giving up, but what they are really doing is giving their loved one the opportunity to make the most of the time they have together. When a patient is appropriate for hospice, they've already been diagnosed with a terminal illness. You are not giving up on your loved one. Instead, you are increasing their care by compassionate nurses to ensure they remain comfortable throughout their disease. We want to know what is most important to you and what a good day looks like to the patient and to you. Together, we will design the care you want on your terms. We often hear, we wish we had called hospice sooner.
Hospice and Palliative Care, servicing Oneida, Herkimer, and Madison County. Middle Settlement Road, New Hartford, 315-735-6484, or visit us at hospicecareinc.org. Hospice and Palliative Care. When you need us most.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, first news, Keeler in the morning, WIBX 950 AM, 106.9 FM. Keeler is back live in studio on Tuesday morning. We are heading into Labor Day weekend. We are joined on the phone right now by Oneida County Executive Anthony Picenti. Good morning, County Executive.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
We're doing very well.
Are you driving down the new Genesee Street, the new and improved Genesee Street right now?
I can't. Well, I will in a while, but I can't wait.
Oh, my God. How exciting.
How exciting. Really?
Well, your office down there, you've experienced the hell and the trauma that is the one lane on each side. So it's definitely a relief for a lot of people, I'm sure, including yourself.
Well, it will be. And, at different times of the day. I mean, the bottleneck was kind of crazy. I mean, you love to see a traffic jam in Utica, because of activity. But, in that case, it was a little different.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to be sitting at the intersection of 5S and Genesee Street because your light's red, their light's green, and you get all the honking horns. So
yeah.
Exactly.
So as we head through the final, and we're into September, but you just had the final week of August. A couple of things that were going on. You did yesterday. Was it Thursday? Was Overdose Awareness Day? Now that's a national day, but it was commemorated locally in Oneida County as well.
It was. This has been, obviously over the last several years, an annual event in which we bring together the Opiate Task Force to, acknowledge, our partners, but also provide, updated data, statistics, and, go through the kind of a year in review, but then also, honor, talk to people and hear from people who have suffered with addiction. And I was also last night at an event in Rome, with CFLR, the Center for Family Life and Recovery, to do the same thing and honor and hear some stories about people whose families have gone through addiction. So it's really kind of a very heartwarming day. It's bittersweet because we're reflecting on lives lost, but we're also working towards saving more lives through our intervention and prevention and education and all the things that we do on a regular basis. The task force has done, I think, an admirable job over the last few years. That's a real epidemic that we're dealing with, and it's not going away anytime soon or anytime. We just have to plow ahead and do the best we can, and we are.
Yeah, and you talked about the impact on families, because it really is when somebody that you're close to has an addiction like that, it really does impact all of their relationships, certainly. So the task force, the opioid task force, has encouraged people over the past few years to reach out. There is Narcan available, which can reverse a drug overdose, and also the test strips, which look for the presence of
fentanyl.
Oh, fentanyl,
right.
yes.
The fentanyl. Fentanyl. We made everything available to businesses, to the community, to people in their own homes. Can call and get these kits. They can do through the website or through various areas of health the Department of Health get the things that are necessary in saving lives. So we've also installed a kiosk over at the Giotto Family Health Center on just on the arterial there that
Oh, are you there? I think we lost the county executive. I think we're being clicked over into his dashboard here as we speak. It sounds like he was getting in the car. Are you there?
I'm sorry. Yep.
Yep. There
sorry.
we go. We got you.
I switched over again. Sorry. I just wanted to make it clear. So we have the Giotto at the Giotto Family Center. We have a kiosk there that has, what it resembles a vending machine of sorts, but has the ability to disperse Narcan and other health information and life-saving things in it. So the task force has really been working hard, and one of the things that came out of yesterday, the number of fatalities that we had in overdoses last year at this time was at 60 through.
I think we lost him again. He said there were
it's a common.
Go ahead.
No, it's a common thing. I can't go a day on my phone now anymore without calls dropping. So it's
Do we have you there? No, I think we lost him. We'll reconnect with Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacenti. I think what he was saying there is that
this time last year.
Yeah, through the first 8 months of last year, we had 60 fatal drug overdoses. County Executive, are you with us? Smitty, can you hop on the line there and see if? Oh, I see. We lost the connection there. All right, he will. I'm sure he'll call back, and we'll get him right back on the program.
It's a real problem. He mentioned it's an epidemic, and I think it's to the point where with a lot of major diseases, you always hear people say, at least everybody either knows somebody or knows somebody who is impacted by this disease or that disease, and I think. Now it's unfortunately a circumstance where either you yourself or somebody is impacted by or has knowledge of somebody that's impacted by addiction and or an overdose, a fatal overdose. So it
certainly is an epidemic,
huge prevalent problem.
We have the county executive back on the line. Tony, you were saying I think through the first 8 months of last year, where we had 60 drug overdoses for 2020.
We had 60 deaths, from overdoses, and through July of last year, and at this point, right now, we're at 31. So, I was saying that shows obviously one death. I said this yesterday repeatedly. One is too many.
Yeah.
But there are realities here, and at the same time, though, to cut that number as much as it has been in a year's time, I think the actions that we've been taking, the task force, the OD mapping, the spike alerts, the various Narcan that's been distributed, has really cut that number down, and we're proud of that. We really want to see we'd love to get to a year with a zero. Zero, it's hard to do, but I'm encouraged by that, and I think it's a testament to the hard work of the task force, but so many other agencies. This is not one aspect of county government. It involves different departments in the county. It involves obviously law enforcement, but it involves many agencies throughout the community: ACR Health, the CFLR, ICANN, so many other different agencies that work together. Helio, there's just it's limitless and it needs to be.
Yeah. We're talking with Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacenti. The county recognized Overdose Awareness Day this week. Obviously, it is, as Andrew pointed out, touches so many lives, and it's almost become like cancer. If you don't have it, or if you're not in your immediate family, of somebody who is dealing with a situation like that. County Executive, I wanted to ask you about an update on the situation with migrants. I believe there was some news that was it the Oneida County or the counties in New York State were able to win a change of venue?
Well, they were everyone was done individually, and we received word on our change of venue, just an official word, just the other day, and which was very significant and important, and we felt that it was it was going to happen. That's why we challenged it in the first place. And but now the other thing, and another flip to that, last night I was notified that the city of New York has withdrawn their lawsuits against the counties. In particular, ours as well. I think Oswego came up as well. I think another one. Without with prejudice in which they can still refile. So I mean, I think I think the change of venue, I don't want to say scared them off, but made them realize that they have a difficult hill to climb here, and this goes back to our statement of capacity that we're doing. That I've heard the Mayor Adams, numerous times on TV calling for the governor to tell us to take people and do all that. And nobody is saying, though, this is a federal issue in which, I'm not hearing the governor or, certainly the mayor saying, stop, shut the border off. Let's figure out what we do with what we have and kind of, which is a problem in itself, yet just keep allowing more and more people to come in. And then, this ridiculous, assumption of, well, if we give them working papers, it'll all go away. It doesn't. And the blind eye that the refusal of the governor to really accept, this crisis, as a crisis, and the way to handle it is really, really shocking and really discouraging that the leader of the state can't get her hands around this and understand what needs to be done, and the fact that they continue to push towards the solution of moving people all around the state. The statistics I talked about the other day, we have currently, in terms of room nights of families and people that we place, we're at, I think, 26,000 room nights just in 2023 right now.
Wow.
That's about a 36% increase over last year, in which all of last year we had about over 31,000 room nights. Now that equates to the number of nights that we had people in hotels or in shelters. Those are the numbers we're dealing with all the time. And to add more to that, that's been my point all along. To add more, and that doesn't count the services to go along with it. That doesn't count the health care that goes along with it, the mental health, the schooling. This opiate crisis is not just limited in certain areas. It is part of homelessness. It is part of mental health. It is part of all these things we're dealing with. So, I mean, when you look at all of this and what this migrant issue is posing, in terms of us, and making, and I've heard from whether the mayor says we need help, we need others to step up. We step up every day, and we're doing it for the people that are here, and we're doing it at an alarming numbers, and that's what they need to recognize. But what they need to do also is stop, close the border, stop this this transfer of people wherever. It's inhumane, and it's causing problems. You see where even the counties that did accept them and with open arms are now rejecting them because of the overwhelming problems that they're having as a result.
Well, I don't even think the governor looks at it as a crisis, unfortunately.
No, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
She's not acted and has not identified it publicly as a crisis situation.
Well, but initially she did. Initially, she came out and said that this was, if you recall, if you go back, I think it was in February or March when this all started unraveling. I mean, even though it had been unraveling for several months before, said we're in a state of emergency here. And then when we called the state of emergency, they all yelled at us for saying that we were being cold-hearted and
racist, probably
bigoted,
and racist and bigoted and inhumane. I mean, my argument was, no, you're being inhumane by taking people and leaving them on the street.
I know. When did that become the argument? It's more humane to let them sleep on a curb
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't understand. This is a weird analogy, but it's like if you have a landlord-tenant dispute and then you decide to sue all the other tenants in the building. I don't understand why, whether it be Eric Adams or Kathy Hochul, instead of suing upstate counties, sue the federal government.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
I mean, first of all, what the governor needs to do, and I keep repeating this, is tell the federal government, stop, shut the border. Nobody wants to tell them that. Nobody wants to say that. Right. Nobody, because you've got a problem with what you have on hand, yet you're allowing more and more in at the same time, and that becomes the overall problem too, because you can't deal with what you have. This other requirement of the through the state of schools, accepting regardless of where where the children are in shelters or in wherever. I mean, when did that become standard fare? I mean, in which you have families that want to bring their students. I mean, everybody always had to have the proper home address, the proper setting, because it also led to making sure there wasn't truancy, making sure there weren't other students there, making sure that they were in good conditions. They're wiping that off of the slate to say you can't even look at that anymore. I mean, this is what this crisis has led to, and it's really sad that we have just taken, or that those in power have rejected and wiped the slate of any responsibility whatsoever.
Oneida County Executive Anthony Picenti, we ran over a little bit. We appreciate the extra time. Thank you for joining us this morning. I hope you have a great holiday weekend.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, enjoy. It's supposed to be a nice weekend. I hope everybody enjoys Labor Day and the fruits of what has been. And it's been a tough year for a lot of people, but hopefully this weekend, before everybody goes back to school, will be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a nice string of weather coming up, and hopefully a peaceful, quiet, and sunny weekend. Thank you, Oneida County Executive Anthony Picenti.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right, be well.
All right, so coming up this hour in just a few minutes, about 10 minutes or so, we'll give you a chance to head into the holiday weekend with $100 in your pocket.
Oh, yeah.
I almost said 100 beans. I always
Can
want to
you say that now? You could say that.
I could say that. Why can't I say 100 beans?
I don't know.
Was it Charlie Seeley? Every time I see him, I always want 100 beans, 100 beans, 50 beans,
down.
2 for 25 beans. WIBX 950 Utica, Rome. Here's an update from Fox.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss, even when you monitor your credit. If your identity is stolen, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Later this hour, a key update to the economy. Expected to show a slight slowdown in hiring last month with predictions of 170,000 jobs created. Economists expect the unemployment rate stayed at 3.5%.
Early signs from other economic data have hinted that the U.S. economy may be cooling off after a stronger than expected summer. The August jobs report follows comments made in Jackson Hole by Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who described the labor market's rebalancing as incomplete and requiring some softening market conditions to get the key inflation rate back to its 2% target.
Fox's Matt Napolitano. That report could lead to a stock market rally or sell-off, depending on what's in it. For now, stock futures are rising after a mixed August. The Dow dropped 0.5%, but the Nasdaq gained a fraction. This is not a day some Americans looked forward to. Interest on federal student loans will start accruing again after a COVID pause.
Early in the pandemic, the federal government paused student loan repayment and dropped all interest rates to zero. The Biden administration extended the pause 8 times, and now those with loans will be charged interest ahead of payments that will resume in October. The bill passed by Congress earlier this summer to raise the debt ceiling included a provision to end the pause on student loan repayment. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
In baseball, a new milestone.
With larger bases this season, it was expected there would be an uptick in stolen bases since the distance between bases is shorter. As a result, baseball history.
The first member of the 30-homer, 60 stolen base club gets there with a grand slam.
Atlanta Braves all-star right fielder Ronald Acuna Jr. hit a grand slam on MLB TV to help his team win at Dodger Stadium 8-7. Acuna's 62 stolen bases are 21 more than last season's Major League leader totaled. There's still a month left in the regular season. Jared Matz, Fox News.
College football season kicked off last night. In one of the games, 14th-ranked Utah beat Florida 24-11. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
28 years ago, Lori Potasowicz had a dream. With a natural love for pets, she wanted to become an expert groomer. So she set out to become the area's only nationally certified master groomer and launched her business, one paw at a time. With grooming expertise and a lot of loving care, Lori and her talented team began caring for pets one paw at a time. Cuts, shampoos, and styling, one paw at a time. Teeth and nails with no detail overlooked from head to toe, one paw at a time. Getting to know each and every dog and cat by name, the One Paw at a Time family grew, and Lori had a decision to make. Keep expanding? She followed her heart and decided to keep the One Paw family atmosphere just the way it is, so she can keep taking care of the pets she knows and loves, one paw at a time. Lori and her team want to thank the families they serve for putting their trust in them to care for their four-legged family members, one paw at a time. 320 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro near Woods Road. One Paw appreciates your understanding for their current waiting list for new customers.
Everything is delivered these days. Whatever you need, you can place an order and it arrives right on your doorstep. It's about convenience. And at Bremer's Wine and Liquor, we're all about making things easy and affordable too. Let Bremer's deliver all your favorite wine and liquor directly to your door. We've got you covered. First, we guarantee the lowest price on the area's biggest selection of wine and spirits. Second, we guarantee the lowest delivery price too, and we promise to get it to you on time. Just visit bremerswineandliquor.com, place your order, request delivery, and it's done. Or save $5 off your first order with our mobile app. You just sit back, relax, and wait for your order to arrive, often the same day. You'll save money and save time. And who doesn't want that? Local delivery from Bremer's Wine and Liquor. It's convenience and low prices, guaranteed. So download our app or visit bremerswineandliquor.com.
Get the hottest deals now on America's hottest furniture and mattresses at Ashley Furniture's newest store in Marcy. During the Labor Day sale going on now, we're breaking out big discounts to save you more. Shop Red Hot Buys store-wide, like comfy sofas in 2 colors, just $4.29. Reclining sofas in 3 colors, just $5.99. 6-piece cherry queen bedroom, $6.99. Dining table and 6 chairs, your choice, $5.99. Ashley Hybrid Queen Mattresses, $2.99. Or save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable base sets. Plus, save up to $1,000 on select Sealy mattresses in firm, plush, or pillow top. These incredible deals and more. Plus, get 5-year special financing with no minimum purchase. It's the Ashley Home Store Labor Day sale now. In-store only at your newest Ashley store on River Road near Duncan in the Marcy Town Plaza. Hurry in.
Hi, I'm Jill Hayes.
And I'm Scott Hayes from New York Sash.
You know, Scott, saving money feels great.
Oh, no.
And saving 50%? That's just incredible.
What did you buy?
What? Nothing. I'm talking about the New York Sash 50% off sale and how right now, for a limited time, we're offering 50% off the installation on every New York Sash window.
That's right. They're energy efficient, they're beautiful, they come with a lifetime warranty, and they're all on display at our Idea and Design Center, so you can browse at your convenience with no pressure. And if you have questions, we'll be happy to help you choose the perfect windows for your home.
And you can get them installed at half the cost.
Replace 1 window, 2 windows, a whole house full of windows, and save 50% on the installation.
It happens once a year, and it ends Monday. Get 50% off the installation at New York Sash.
We're open Monday through Saturday, so call us this week or visit our Idea and Design Center on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
And let our family take care of your family.
If you have back pain, severe back pain,
shoulder pain, severe shoulder or neck pain, there is help. It's Dr. Hyder and the Omni Surgery Center located in the Utica Business Park and located on French Road. This is Bill Keeler. We have personal experience. We've been there with family members. We have seen someone walk through the doors with excruciating pain and walk out with the relief of the eradication of pain. KillPain.com is the website. KillPain.com. There is hope. You do not have to live with pain. And there's nothing any worse. I've experienced it myself. There's nothing any worse. And this is a possible answer. In the Utica Business Park and on French Road, call today and schedule an appointment with Dr. Hyder. 315-765-8448. KillPain.com, where modern technology meets cutting-edge surgery. Dr. Hyder and the Omni Surgery Center. Call 315-765-8448.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Back here, First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX 950 AM and 106.9 FM. I want to remind you about Kicks for Kids. It's our sneaker drive going on as the kids head back to school. Remember being a kid and maybe you were a little concerned about being picked on over your outfit, or did you have the right sneakers or the cool sneakers or whatever it might be? We at Town Square Media have teamed up with Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield for this inaugural Kicks for Kids sneakerathon, and we need your help. Just browse through the wish list of children's shoes and purchase a pair. Again, I've said this before. There's no Jordans. There's no Air Max 1s. There's no Yeezys on the list. These are simple, basic, functional sneakers, brand new sneakers for kids in our local area. We're also teaming up with the Neighborhood Center. They're handling the distribution to local kids in need. All you have to do is go to our website, WIBX950.com, click on Kicks for Kids. When you go there, there's another link. It'll take you to an Amazon wish list page. You don't have to search. You don't have to use your judgment on what the cool sneakers are, what's in, what's out. There is a list right there. Essentially, a wish list was established. It says Kicks for Kids right on it. Several have already been purchased. Like there's a few varieties of shoes here. For instance, if you click on the tab to purchase, it will say how many pairs are still needed. So this particular brand here, it says 0 still needed. Yeah, so you can go through and you can see what is still available, what still needs to be purchased. And we want to say thank you in advance for those of you who jump online and make an order, a pair of sneakers for a local kid in need through Kicks for Kids. I did this a couple of weeks ago, right here live on the air, put my credit card info in and all that good stuff. So if you don't mind, Kicks for Kids, you can get full details and a link to the wish list at WIBX950.com. Somebody sent me this, and I should have grabbed Megan. We just talked to Megan earlier this week. Matter of fact, yesterday. And on our website, you can find the list of the 25 most mysterious UFO sightings in New York State.
Yeah, I'm seeing my social media feed this morning's being bombarded. I guess apparently people were seeing a vertical line of lights in the sky last night.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen it on a couple of people's Facebook. Let me see.
Oh,
here.
no
I know
kidding.
one person here that I'm, my
boy.
buddy Junior, I think, posted about it. Yeah. His post read 9 hours ago, okay, so we just saw these objects in the night sky in Alex Bay. I thought they were drones, but then they all disappeared into the sky. UFOs. You can see a line of bright dots in the sky there. And then somebody else had posted something similar, so I was looking through my feed this morning and said, well, it's more than one person who's posted this. So definitely something going on. And with the government having hearings on it, congressional hearings, it's more and more evidence showing that there's possible life beyond our little planet here.
So there is a website. It's called All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, the AARO, and that's been launched, I believe, by the Pentagon. Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon, UAP, also known as UFOs. And this website has been made available for, let's see here, government officials, government employees, to report what they've seen in the sky.
So
I want to make sure I got this right. It's for military personnel, government employees. Hold on, there's one more. Okay, so it's for the AARO is accepting reports from current or former U.S. government employees, service members, or contractors with direct knowledge of U.S. government programs or activities related to UAP that date back to 1945. The reports will be used to inform AARO's congressionally directed historical record report. We will announce when a reporting mechanism is available for others to use. The form below, and again, I'm on the website aaro.mil. The form is intended for an initial point of contact with AARO. It is intended for conveying potentially sensitive or classified information. Following the submission of your report, AARO staff may reach out to request additional details or arrange for an informational interview. And again, the website is aaro.mil, but apparently right now it's only for U.S. government employees, service members, or contractors with the federal government.
That's interesting. And as you were saying that, I was looking through again and seeing a few more posts and videos, and then Dana, who's been our on-the-scene reporter this morning, breaking the news about the Genesee Street going back to normalcy. She says the lights in the night sky were Starlink satellites. So maybe not UFO activity.
So that's funny. Okay, so Tim Reed just chimed in. First of all, Tim.
Good morning, Tim.
Tim made a comment this morning I wanted to share, but you won't stop talking. So he said, listening
That's your fault for having me in this morning.
He said, listening to Andrew complain about lines in traffic, he sounds like he's ready to apply for Social Security. And then on this story with the lines in the sky, Tim says it's a vertical line of lights. If it's a vertical line of lights, it could be it's most likely the Starlink satellites that Musk is sending up into the sky. So a couple of people are saying it's the Starlink satellites, right?
I think it's aliens.
You think it's aliens?
I think so.
What else did I want to mention here? You talked about lines in traffic. If you were not with us last hour and you haven't been in downtown Utica yet, surprise, they changed the traffic pattern again. They are back to 4 lanes.
Hallelujah!
Apparently it happened last evening or very early this morning. But the complete streets
are no longer
experiment.
Complete? Yeah.
If you will. Well, you can still see the lines on the road. But they have now repainted to the 4 lanes of traffic. Smitty, you look like you had something to say. No,
nothing.
We're going to go to the phone lines where our man Stefan is. Smitty, you know what I need from you before we go any further? Give me a caller number.
Caller 6.
Okay, caller number 6 for your chance to win $100 from the Hobica Law Firm, 315-736-0186. And then before we move to Stefan, I wanted to mention the website once again. We talked to Megan yesterday. 25 of the most amazing and I guess kind of in some cases scary UFO reports that have ever come out of New York State. Some of them date back all the way to the 1970s when John Lennon reported seeing a UFO over his apartment in Manhattan. You can check that out on our website, WIBX.
That's how he met Yoko Ono, right? That's right after that, shortly after that, right?
I don't know. Good morning, Stefan. How you doing?
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Andrew. Welcome back, Andrew.
Good morning, buddy. Thank you, and welcome back to you.
Well, thank you. And hi, Davey.
Smitty, there we go. Smitty's off the phone now, yes?
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good. Now, if people are looking for something to do this weekend, in South Utica is the annual Our Lady of Lourdes Bazaar.
That's right.
It started last night. It goes till tomorrow, and the hours today are 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. and 12 p.m. tomorrow to 10 p.m.
They always have great pizza frite there and good food and good entertainment as well.
Yeah, I went last night, and they had a band there I never heard of, but it was good rock music that they played.
Nice.
So what else, Stefan? Did you see the Mets fired several executives?
I heard about that.
Wow, they need that. They need to do that across town in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll follow the lead there.
Stefan, was there anything else you wanted to mention? Did you see the Yankees also got rid of Harrison Bader? He was claimed off waivers by the Cincinnati Reds, as was Hunter Renfroe.
Yes, I saw that, and also the Mets put Carlos Carrasco on waivers, but he's back with the Mets, I guess.
Yeah, nobody wanted to claim him. Apparently, he's had a rough year. Really, the whole team has had a rough year. So, anything else, Bud?
That is it. Get out if you can to the bazaar and have a good holiday weekend, Jeff.
All right, thanks, Bud. You too.
You too, Stefan. The Stefan Report.
That is the Stefan Report. Smitty, are we ready to go with our caller? All right, so let me take a quick time out. I don't want to botch the wording of this question, so I'm going to run it by Andrew first. We've got John on the line in Remsen. He's going to take a shot at $100 from the Hobica Law Firm coming up in just 2 minutes. Back after this on WIBX.
Stop into Mattress Express in New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies. Plus, simply do a comfort test on our mattresses and get a $25 prepaid Visa card. Names like the Number Bed by Instant Comfort, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Sealy, and more. Hurry, this is a limited time offer.
It's your turn to stay and play at Turning Stone Resort Casino. Enjoy award-winning hotels, dining, and live entertainment. Play the newest slots and classic table games. Check out the state's largest poker room. And don't miss our world-famous bingo hall. Turning Stone is the perfect gaming getaway. And the next big winner might be you. Turning Stone Resort Casino. It's your turn.
Enjoy a group outing this summer at Saratoga Racecourse. Reservations are now available for the climate-controlled paddock suite, accommodating 80 guests. And for large-scale corporate gatherings at the rail at the 1863 Club, head down the stretch to the Stella Artois Spa Verandas for groups of 50, or tailgate at the Turn with a carload of friends. For casual outdoor gatherings undercover, featuring buffet lunch with Prosecco offerings. Enjoy the Mionetto Easy Goer. Visit Naira.com to book your Saratoga group outing today.
Adirondack Home Furniture is the area's go-to store for top-quality, durable, American-made pieces for any room. And all month long, Adirondack Home Furniture is having a summer sale event on select floor pieces. Stop in and check out their hot summer buys all month long through Labor Day weekend. Lowest prices of the season on all Flex Steel and Smith Brothers upholstery. Are you looking for a better night's sleep? Then check out their selection of Restonic mattresses or their private label fillable mattress line. Once you select the perfect piece for your space, they can deliver it locally free of charge, or you can pick it up from their showroom. So stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today for their summer sales event and save big on select floor pieces and take what you love home today. Adirondack Home Furniture in Riverside Center, Utica. Give them a call at 315-738-7817 or visit AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, first news, Keeler in the morning here on WIBX 950 AM 106.9 FM. We are live streaming on YouTube this morning, and of course, we are always on the WIBX 950 app. And when I say always, I mean except for the times when the app is not working. It is 8:23. Andrew Dominio is sitting in.
Good morning.
Friday morning, heading into Labor Day. Programming note, we will have some specials, some Labor Day specials to run on Monday. We are back live on Tuesday morning. It is September 1st. We have made it to a new month. Unfortunately, it means the summer is pretty much over. It's not official yet, though. Fall does not officially begin until 2:40 a.m. on September 23rd. But we all know what September means. It means so long to the summer.
Yep.
All right, let's go to John in Remsen is on the line. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good, Jeff. How are you?
Pretty good. All right, I'm going to try to get $100 into your pocket. It's not my money. It's Hobica's money, so that's why I'm feeling a little more generous. Where is my question? Okay, here we go. All right, Andrew, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, John, are you ready?
Yep.
For $100, on this date in 1954, the Alfred Hitchcock thriller was released. It starred Jimmy Stewart. What was the name of it? Ready, go.
Shit. No idea.
What was your guess?
No idea.
No idea.
He has no idea.
He has no idea.
No, that film was released 2 years later, actually. Thank you.
The Alfred Hitchcock classic was Rear Window. It starred Jimmy Stewart as a guy with a broken leg who sees a murder happen in the apartment across the courtyard from his apartment.
Interesting.
I
saw a murder.
I
can't
saw a
believe
murder,
it.
Mayor.
It's right there.
My
leg's broken.
1954 was 69 years ago. And Andrew has a classic Jimmy Stewart impression.
Love him.
Yeah, that's your favorite movie. Is a Jimmy Stewart movie.
It's a Wonderful Life. I actually have a tattoo from something with that movie in it.
No kidding.
Yep.
A quote you're saying from the movie?
Yeah, at the end of the movie when he writes in the book, when Clarence writes him, remember, no man is a failure who has friends.
Oh, that's great.
So
Andrew's got it right on his forearm. Hey, John, we're sending you into the holiday weekend with the Utica All-in-One Food and Fun card. It's a $25 gift card. It's good at Aquavino, Babe, 72, Taylor and the Cook, the concession stands at the Adirondack Bank Center. Of course, hockey is just around the corner.
Hard to believe.
So we will be sending that out to you. I'll put you on hold and let Smitty take all your information.
All right, brother.
Thank you, John. Have a great weekend. That was John in Remsen with his swing at the Hobica Law Firm's free money question of the day. You want to know what else happened in history on September 1st?
Let's do it.
Let's see. In 1864, Yankee General William Sherman captured Atlanta. 84 years ago, 1939, World War II began on this date.
Wow.
Yeah, as Nazi Germany invaded Poland. I mentioned the movie Rear Window's debut on this date in 1954. In 1969, Muammar Gaddafi came to power in Libya after a coup against the government there. In 1972, Bobby Fischer won the international chess crown, defeating Rusky Boris Spassky. I'm saying that wrong. Spassky.
Good old Rusky.
In their final match, Bobby unleashed another can of chess-like whoop-ass on him in 1992, 20 years later.
It was an exciting match.
And I was going to tell you this earlier, but I figured you'd be singing. You'd be singing both songs. So I have two music releases, iconic music releases on this date. In 1981, Hall & Oates released Private Eyes, the album.
They're watching you.
And it featured I Can't Go For That, of course.
No Can Do.
And Private Eyes. Oh, Smitty's in there singing, too.
Great.
Boy, I got to get you guys out to a club tonight or something. You both want to sing. Also, 39 years ago in 1984, Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do With It hit number one on the pop charts.
Rest
and
in peace.
38 years ago, in 1985, the wreck of the Titanic was discovered 73 years after it sank into the Atlantic Ocean. But the wreckage was discovered 38 years ago today.
And, unfortunately, we had that story recently of the, was it 5 people that went into the submersible and maybe they made it. I don't know, but they didn't make it back, unfortunately. So Titanic, technically, they say it still took lives as recently as a couple months ago. What a crazy story that was.
Yeah, it was wild. We are joined on the phone now by a candidate for Oneida County Executive, Michael Hennessy. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jeff. I'm doing fine.
Would you have gotten the free money question of the day?
To be honest, no.
Oh,
I thought it was Psycho.
Oh.
But,
I don't think Jimmy Stewart was in Psycho.
No, I would not have. A lot of people hear Alfred Hitchcock. And
they
their
think
favorite or most iconic in their mind.
The Birds.
Pops into their mind. I actually did see the movie Rear Window. I want to say it was a school assignment. But, he's sitting there in his wheelchair with a broken leg, or he's in a bed, and he sees it.
Broken. Oh, I saw murder.
Anyway, good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
You are still a candidate and will be on the line for Oneida County Executive. Is that right?
That's correct. I'm on the no term limits and cut tax line.
What is the most important issue to you heading into the fall?
I think cutting taxes is very important to me. I did it as a county legislator, and we're going to do it as county executive. This area is way overtaxed. Our sales tax revenues are so much higher than they were 10 years ago, partly because of inflation. The price of goods, especially the last couple of years, is kicked in sales tax revenues at about $190 million of revenues come out of sales taxes from residents here in Oneida County. It used to be about equal, property taxes and sales taxes. Property taxes are about the same as it was when I left the county, at about $65,000. So sales tax revenues is what we're living on in Oneida County, and it hurts our businesses. It hurts the people. No matter what your income is, sales tax is a regressive tax that it just hurts the middle class and the lower income classes. In Oneida County, we have to lower that sales tax.
Yeah, let me stop. I thought you were going to jump in with something. Let me say this.
No, I do have a question on this, but go ahead.
Mike, you know this. The counter argument is, look, when it's sales tax, whether you have the Adirondack Bank Center or
the Nexus Center,
you have people from out of town. Everybody, not just Oneida County residents, pay that sales tax, right? So it's something.
And we're used to it at this point. I mean, right? I mean, I think we're used to it at this point. It's been this way. It hasn't gone up, really. I mean, it's been at the rate it's at as long as I can remember.
The 875.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
well,
would it be nice to have it reduced?
I don't know who I'm talking to right now.
I'm sorry, Mike. It's Andrew.
I was the
Go ahead.
legislator that brought that down from 9.75. I'm the leader on that issue. We couldn't afford 9.75. We can't afford 8.75 when other communities are paying 8 and a quarter. Syracuse, Onondaga County pays 8.25%. We in Oneida County pay the highest sales tax rate north of Westchester County.
That's correct. I can't argue that, but I'm just wondering how much money we sacrifice by lowering that.
Yeah.
I guess there's the potential that when you needed money, you would have to raise the property taxes for that.
It's not an either or. It's a situation where we got to cut county spending. We're at over $500 million next year in the county budget. $500 million. It was $250 million 10 years ago. We spend money on everything and anything, from simple lawsuits that we have to hire all these attorneys through the county tax dollars, various projects that we've done foolishly and put too much money into. I just believe that we have to start to cut taxes. If you can't cut $10, $15 million out of $500 million budget, then you don't belong in government. I've done it in the past. I'm going to do it in the future. Oneida County taxpayers deserve better. It's driving people out of this area. 1,400 people left Oneida County last year. Every year, we're losing population. Thank God for the refugee center and the communities they bring in to this area. Our population base would be much lower than it is today.
Well,
that's the only thing holding up. The only thing holding up our population base.
That is a good point, Mike. To the
well,
point
I think it's a little bit. There's a lot more contributing factors to why people are leaving than the 0.25% of sales tax. But that's another issue.
I didn't say, sir. I didn't say that. I didn't say that they're leaving because of that. They're leaving because they're paying too much taxes in this state and in this county. The state of New York as a whole, we're losing population. We have to reverse that, and it can be done. We just gotten too much used to spending any tax dollars we get or any grants we get. Let's spend it. We have an $8 million hole in the budget because we didn't put the money aside to cover when the Medicaid costs are being back to normal now. We had a break during COVID, and now that that's over, and we all say it's over, this county government did not have the money set aside to pay for that. We've done too much bonding. We're at the highest level of spending we've ever been in Oneida County, and we've got to reverse that. And people are also tired of a government led by somebody who's been around for 20 years. No new ideas are coming from this government. It's time for a new voice, fresh ideas, new people leading county government as a whole, and we need to put term limits in. It's very important that we have term limits. We have stale government. We have the same people. It would be the majority leader, the chairman of the board. All these people have been around for 30, 40 years.
Mike, some would
We've
say
got to
so.
change that.
Mike, some would say you've been around. You've been a long time servant and a public servant in government.
Well, no, I haven't, because I took a break a couple times. I stepped out of county government. I stepped out of city sheriff commissioner at my choosing, because I believe in short terms. You don't have to be around forever in government. You move on. I've made my money in the private sector. I've done quite well in the private sector. I fund most of my campaigns because I don't believe that we should be holding to various interest groups and people that want jobs in the county government, even though they're not qualified for the position they're put into. We've got too many $100,000 jobs in this county, and the sad thing is the people that are doing the work in the county aren't making anything. Poor people at the county clerk's office or at the various levels, Department of Public Works, those people are living on $12, $14, $15 an hour.
Two things. We're talking with Oneida County Executive Candidate Mike Hennessy. Two things. One, when you talk about no new ideas, I mean, you look at downtown Utica with the hospital moving downtown. There's the Nexus Center. There's other development going on there. Plus, the county has invested heavily in Griffiths. The Air Force Research Lab is out there. In Avari.
All these things would be there with or without Tony Passanti.
So those
are not county taxpayer funded. Those are state money that's coming in, which is
the county didn't pay for the garage. The county didn't help pay for the garage and help with Nexus. There wasn't any county investment in that.
The county did not pay for the parking garage at the hospital. No, they didn't, sir.
They didn't get any assistance from the county at all.
No, I think the county
on the garage. No, they went out and bonded the program, and the taxpayers are not held to that. The sad thing on that deal is the city of Utica and the United County supposedly had a deal, according to Tony Passanti. That deal didn't come through, did it? Fell apart because you didn't have anything in writing. Handshake deals don't work out. You have to be a business person to realize you have to cover and protect the taxpayers of Oneida County if something should fall apart.
Another thing, Mike, you said you're looking to cut taxes, but then you had just mentioned that maybe the rank and file county employees are underpaid. So it would sound like you'd be advocating for a raise for them.
Readjusting the priorities in this county, putting some of the money from the Oneida Nation that comes in, putting it into salaries for people, cutting salaries on the high end. We're going to bring in a whole new crowd of people. They're not going to start out at $110,000, $120,000 a year that run the departments in Oneida County. We're going to be more reasonably paying people for their work, being fair about it, but at the same time sharing some of that money to people who are providing the hard work that makes this county run on a daily basis, who are leaving the jobs. The vacancies in this county, it's unbelievable.
So, Mike, just so you know who you're talking to, it's Andrew, and I've been on the show before. We've spoken before, and just so you're clear and it's fair who you're talking to. But I do have this question. You mentioned fresh ideas. You mentioned new ideas. But no disrespect, I feel like this is the same campaign you ran the last time you ran with the same ideas and the same talking points, and it didn't work before. So what makes you think that this will work now?
Because it's 4 more years of Mr. Passanti talking a great story, saying he's done all these things, and I think people have gotten tired of it. I know they've gotten tired of it. We're out and about. We're running a very nice campaign, and we're going to surprise you, Andy.
Okay.
And then, Mike, just a final thing here, and I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us to talk about what it is that you would do if you were elected county executive. You were on the mend, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Maybe people haven't seen you at events recently, and you've been on the mend a little bit.
I had back surgery 3 weeks ago. I've been to every parade in Oneida County but one.
Okay.
Okay, every parade.
I didn't mean to say that. I wasn't.
I go to all the rural parades, but I don't see Mr. Basanti being asked why he's not at every event.
No, Mike, it wasn't an attack thing. I was trying to get you on last week. You told me, you mentioned the back situation, and you said, we'll do it next week. So I that wasn't an attack. That wasn't a takeaway from you.
I understand that, Jeff. I understand.
And we just want to clarify something.
I wanted to come on because I owed you for taking my advice on something, so I felt that I should come on the show. I didn't know that is Bill on vacation?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I owed the opportunity for me to come on your show today. But we do have other ideas we're going to bring. We're going to bring an auditor into Oneida County. It's going to look for waste and duplication and fraud. We're going to make people realize that their hard-earned tax dollars are working for them and not being wasted on frivolous things that I see being done in the county. It's funny. I talk to county employees. They're afraid to sign petitions. They're afraid to go to events. They're afraid to meet in public. It's sad the way the employees of Oneida County are being treated. I'm going to be a voice. They've got some of the best ideas because they've worked there for so long. Things they see of the waste that occurs in Oneida County. We're gonna highlight their ideas. We're going to reward hard work. We're not going to just put political appointees into government just for the sake of giving them a job. We're going to make people work for this county.
All right, so,
I just want to do a clarification quick. Somebody's messaging in. This person's reputable. They did a little research for us as we're speaking to you. There are many counties north of Westchester that are at 8.75, including Erie County. So Oneida County is not the only county at 8.75.
Erie County had fiscal problems. The state overtook their budget process, and they were an economic mess. They were at 9%. They're down to 8.75. You name another county outside of Erie County, there isn't in upstate New York. We're the second highest.
Nassau County is at 8.875. Niagara County is at 8.75.
Wait,
New York County is at 8.875.
Nassau County is in Long Island.
Yeah, that's downstate. But what about Niagara, and what was the other one you mentioned?
Hold on here. Niagara County is at 8.75.
And there was one more you said.
New York County, that's New York City.
Oh, yeah, that's downstate. That's New York City. Yep, go ahead, Mike.
My point is that we're at the high. 8.75 is the highest in upstate New York. You can argue it all you want, but that's the fact.
There's Cattaraugus County at 8.75.
Cattaraugus
revenue.
Say that again?
There's a lot of business owners in this community that know that they cannot afford to continue with this high sales tax. It's driving people away. And they can go into Madison County and pay at 8.25.
Mike, okay.
That's not true. Madison County, Herkimer County, I'm looking at it right now. Madison County and Herkimer County, Lewis County are at a 8.75.
No, I don't think that's right. I don't think Madison County's 8.75. I know Madison County isn't. Herkimer County might be 8.5, but there was a 0.25% that they had put in to pay for the jail. The Oneida County is definitely higher than the two. But hold on, I want to challenge you on that point. Look, Mike, I do not have a ton of extra money to spend. I don't want people to think like, sure, I'm all willing to pay more taxes. I have never driven to Madison County to buy a T-shirt, gasoline, a pair of jeans, sneakers, shoes, school supplies for my son because I knew I was going to save a half a cent on every $100 that I spent. Excuse me, a half a cent. It's essentially it's a half a cent per dollar. So what is it? 50 cents on every $100 I spend for that half of 1%.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, people do go to. I know. In the business community, I know people that drive down to New Jersey and buy suits down there, and bring them back home.
And do you think that's more? They don't. What they save on that half a percent. Let's say you cut it from 8.75 to 8.25%. What they spend on gas, throughway tolls, and bridges far exceeds the savings on that 0.5% sales tax.
I disagree with that. I think the sales tax is a very regressive tax that hurts the poor and the middle class people, which we have many of people in that categories that I just talked about in Oneida County.
All right, look, Mike. I'm sorry I did give you a little pushback, but yeah, I'm glad you came on the program. You are running for Oneida County Executive. You say County Executive Anthony Vicenti's been there for too long, and you're giving people another alternative, a different path forward. So I appreciate you taking some time to join us this morning.
You're welcome, Jeff. Thank you, and have a nice Labor Day weekend.
You too, Mike. Oneida County Executive candidate Mike Hennessy, who is running on an independent line, a third-party line. Appreciate him taking some time to join us. The sales tax issue is one. I've felt that way for a long time. I know it's not a good look to have a higher sales tax, but I just can't imagine. I mean, Andrew, have you ever driven? If you go out to the mall in Syracuse at Destiny USA, you go out because there's a store you want to see, not because you're like, I'm going to, for every $100 in T-shirts I buy, I'm going to save 50 cents.
I know. I mean, there's a lot more.
Gas is $4 a gallon.
Yeah, exactly. I have to figure it
that.
out. I apologize if I was wrong on the Madison County, but there are several counties in New York State that.
Well, I think you listed a couple of them. I don't think Madison or Herkimer are those counties. But again, I wouldn't even drive to Herkimer County to save 50 cents per $100 I spent.
It's an issue that he was pushing before.
Yeah.
And while, okay, would it be nice to pay, a 0.25% less in sales tax? Yes, but there are more important things that people have to worry about.
Listen, but the other thing is, if you, I say it's 50 cents per $100, but for every sale in Oneida County, that adds up to millions and millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And when that money is gone, I know we have revenue now from the Turning Stone, but I don't want it to make it sound like I'm advocating for a higher tax. I'm not.
Right.
But if you cut the sales tax, and when you do need money, when you do need to raise revenue, you're not just going to simply reallocate
the funds
because
either.
That has to go through New York State. New York State would have to approve that, an increase or a reduction, I believe. My point being, you would then lean on the taxpayers, right? Which I feel like the taxpayers take the brunt of everything. Where if you have the sales tax, people who come in from out of town for Nexus tournaments, people who come in from out of town to watch Syracuse play the Comets at the Adirondack Bank Center, or they watch another team play there, or if they come in town because someone's shooting a movie, or there are many things that, or if someone's coming in town because they want to visit the Turning Stone. Now, I know Turning Stone, right, is sales tax free, but along the way, if they stop somewhere in Oneida County, certainly they pay that share of revenue as well. So, I don't know. That's just the point I wanted to make there. I appreciate Mike giving us a few minutes here to come on the show.
And I'm not going to not support a local business getting my suits locally here because it's cheaper in New Jersey. That's the other thing, too. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? It's not worth it for me to drive to another state to save a little bit of change.
So Debbie in Rome says if you go to the Lee outlets in Massachusetts, there's no sales tax at all.
Okay.
So there you go.
Plan a trip. Then,
I'm just sharing the comments as they come in. John in Bridgewater says, hey, Jeff, that's hogwash. He comes on when Keeler is not there. Oh, no, he didn't know he was off this week. No, John, I actually believe that is true. I have talked to Mike a couple times about getting him on the show. We set this up, I think, at the end of last week. We talked about doing Thursday or Friday this week. I don't know whether he knew that Bill was off or not, but I don't think he was waiting till Bill was on vacation to pick his spot to come on the show. We had set it up at the end of last week, and I don't think that's something we talked about on the air. Matt and Holland Patton says, I know guys who go to Jersey for their suits. LMAO. Okay. And
I'm sorry, I'm still kind of, I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm still bothered at the mispronunciation of his opponent's name. I mean, at this point, he should know that his name's not Pasanti, and that's something that's been an issue for a while with me.
I like that comment from Matt from Holland Patton.
That what?
I know, I like the comment that Matt.
Oh,
from
I know
Patton.
guys who go to Jersey to buy their suits, laughing my butt off. Yeah. I appreciate the comments. You can chime in as well via the WIBX 950 mobile app. You can also call Smitty right now, 315-736-0186. Getting some comments here as well. It's like driving 10 miles out of the way to save a cent or two on gas. Yeah.
You're stepping over $1 to save a penny.
Yes. Let's see. This comes from Jeff. He said, people are afraid to speak up and go to functions. Can he cite sources for these allegations? If you lose credibility on one front, you lose credibility on all fronts. And if you start with county employees and voters live in fear of speaking out against Pasanti, but I can't tell you who, then you lose anybody's ear when it comes to the tax percentage case. So there's some thoughts from our listeners. You can, as I mentioned, chime in as well. We got about 10 minutes left in the program. 315-736-0186. Oneida County Sheriff Rob Mashiel is on the line right now. We'll go to him quickly before we take a break. Good morning, Sheriff. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Very good.
Wonderful.
Just wanted to, obviously, we've got a great weekend weather-wise coming up. It's a holiday weekend. Just want to remind everybody, whether they're going to be on the road or at parties or out on the water, just to just take some extra precautions here and be courteous for those folks out on boats. Make sure you got life jackets, not drinking while operating the vessel. And the folks out on the cars, make sure that, or out on the roads, make sure that you have a plan. Don't drink and drive. If you're a party host, make sure you got a plan in place in case someone happens to get intoxicated at your house. And we just want everybody to enjoy this last hurrah. We got some beautiful weather, and just again, if anybody needs anything from us, we are here 24/7, and the Sheriff's Office is here to serve and protect our community proudly.
Absolutely. That is a great message to end the show with, Sheriff. We appreciate you giving a call in, whether you're on the road, on the water, or wherever you might be. Safe, fun, sunny, nice weather. Have a good time, as you said, for the last hurrah this summer. Thank you, Sheriff.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. All right, have a great day.
Oneida County Sheriff Rob Mashiel, obviously members of law enforcement. I know state police and other law enforcement agencies will be out doing their Stop DWI campaigns. It is really all the holiday weekends, whether it's the 4th, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Super Bowl, Thanksgiving. Do they even do it during Christmas and New Year's?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they do it as well. So just arrange to have a ride. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, it is definitely not worth it. You could end somebody else's life. You could end your own life. You could seriously hurt somebody. And, at the very least, you'll have a very hefty fine, and it will make your life very miserable financially as well.
Some final thoughts as we head into the Labor Day weekend from Andrew and I. Just minutes away. It's First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
Shop my truckload mattress sale going on right now at My Carl's. I have crazy low prices. Go check out the other stores. You'll come back to My Carl's. Plus same-day delivery at My Carl's New Hartford Shopping Center.
Call today. Heritage Logging and Tree Removal, your trusted tree removal specialist. With today's extreme weather conditions and new invasive species wreaking havoc on your trees, it's very important to call as soon as you suspect any problems to protect your valuable property and your precious loved ones. Heritage Logging is going to be there to assess your trees and give 24-hour emergency services. For all your tree care needs, call or text today 315-796-2941 or go online to heritagelogging.com and Facebook at Heritage Logging.
When we get together with others, we can do more. On September 20th, nonprofit organizations will come together to ask for your support through Mohawk Valley Gives, the community's 24-hour giving day. But don't wait. Give now or anytime this month. Either way, every dollar counts. And you'll show everybody that Mohawk Valley Gives. Powered by the Community Foundation, MV Gives is proudly sponsored by Staffworks and M&T Bank and brought to you by Town Square Media.
paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Attention, your money is now controlled by the U.S. government.
Picture a world where your every purchase is monitored, tracked, and controlled by those in power to suppress the freedoms of those they see fit. Hi, my name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. And right now, I've become very focused on the impending rollout of the central bank digital currency. This is not a work of fiction. It's a terrifying reality looming on the horizon. But there is a bit of good news. I've partnered with Advantage Gold to offer you a solution. They are specialists in converting your traditional assets, like those inside an IRA or 401k, into tangible assets such as physical gold and silver. Don't allow your money to be controlled. Claim your free gold protection kit from Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000, 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor.
Call 800-900-8000.
Stop into Mattress Express in Oneida in the Glenwood Plaza by the movie theater. Simply complete a comfort test and get a $25 prepaid Visa card. Names like the Number Bed, Purple, Puffy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and more. Hurry, this is a limited time offer.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, back to wrap things up here on a Friday morning, heading into Labor Day weekend. So Matt and Holland Patton says Sheriff Rob Mayshill for president, Joe Lode for vice president, and Davey for secretary. That's what he thinks.
He didn't write that.
No,
that
he
would
did.
be an effective...
Sheriff for president, Joe Lode VP, Davey secretary. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get a position in the cabinet, but that's all right. We'll motor on.
I know, Matt.
Yeah? So what were the calls you were just getting there? Were they everybody's wishing you a good weekend here?
Yes.
Boy, I'm telling you, he's the
no love for us in here, I guess.
More phone calls than we do. 315-736-0186. If you want to wish Davey a happy Labor Day weekend, you can do that before we get out of here today. That was Matt via the WIBX 950 mobile app. Andrew, are you excited that football is just around the corner?
I am. It's one of those bittersweet things because you know the colder weather's coming, but that's, really what gets you through it. And then when football ends in February, it's like, oh my
that's the
God,
worst.
we've got nothing.
Yeah, because February is just a gray month and March is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Although we had a great spring this year.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it was great.
And it was a mild winter, last year. I think I don't mind the snow, to be honest with you. Sometimes there's almost a warming effect when it's that fluffy light slow.
Yeah, it's insulation.
But when you get a day like today with the sun and a clear sky, but then you've got like a negative 20 wind chill, those are the days I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah, and the days where you don't see the sunshine.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, that's the worst. Are you okay with football being around the corner? Because I feel like you've had some hope for the last 20 to 25 years, whether it was Rodgers or Favre. You knew you had a Super
really
Bowl
good
caliber quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 1% owner of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, 0.001%. I am a shareholder, so I can officially say now us or we, when we played terribly. We played awful. I'm glad we got rid of Rodgers. I hope the Jets
We punched a hole in the wall after that interception.
And we ordered the wrong hot dogs at the concession stand.
Yeah. I do say that I've calmed down a lot since my younger years.
Yeah.
I apologize to Jets fans, but I wouldn't mind if they went 0-18 this year.
17.
17, thank you. And I don't know how many games they play nowadays. But I think it's going to be a new-looking offense. You know, we've been so quarterback dominant, obviously, for the last few decades. But I think Matt LaFleur will start to utilize Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, that 1-2 punch there on the running game. And I saw Jordan Love play in Philadelphia, Green Bay, Philadelphia last year, a game that it shouldn't have been that close. We should have been blown out, and we kept it close, and he came in when Rodgers got injured, and he played pretty well. So I'm holding on to hope. That's all I'm going to say.
Sound like you absolutely are. We are just about out of time. Again, I hope everybody has a safe and fun and enjoyable weekend. Stay tuned. Brian Kilmeade is coming up next. A programming note, no show Monday. We'll have some holiday specials running. We are back live here on Tuesday morning. It is First News, Keeler in the Morning on WIBX 950 AM, 106.9 FM. Of course, always streaming on the WIBX 950 mobile app. And you can check out the Keeler in the Morning YouTube page as well.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica Rome, W295DI Utica Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
It is on the rise. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. We just got that in a